Happy Wednesday. How is everybody doing? I was just making sure I had all of my waters in hand. I have two, and then there's another one across over there. You guys can't see it, but I'm looking at it. I have more waters this time because, as we know, sometimes when we're watching some of these videos, we are surprised with AI images that are too funny. And then I end up with a parched throat, just like Christopher Watts. And so I don't want to do that. So I hope everybody has their water. Just bring your hydration. Make sure that you have some snacks, something to keep you energized and awake throughout all of this. Not that we can, obviously, right, we're going to stay awake with all of the craziness that pops up, especially regarding Chris Watts and Nicole Kessinger. But, we just run out of energy sometimes. Yeah, we got to stay hydrated. It's hot. I'm hot. And oh, man. I have not turned on the AC. It's not AC time, like I said, unless you see the flame on the top of my head, no AC for me. None whatsoever. I'll just pour water on me. It's fine. It's fine. Stay hydrated, everybody. Yeah, thank you so much, Linda. Aw. Yeah, you snort water out your nose. Yeah, I wanna make sure I don't do that. I'm just, all over my equipment here, so thank you all so much for joining today's live stream. Yeah, we have a live stream today because, yeah, I will not be able to do a live stream over the weekend because I will be out scouting. As you know, we are making a documentary, and so we are in the middle of production. So this weekend I will be out. And so because I won't be able to do a live stream, we're going to replace it with some videos instead, which I finished one of them already. I'm getting ready to finish the other one. And so on Sunday and on Monday, you will see videos instead of our regular scheduled live streams because I will be out. Yeah, I'm going to be out burning my skin right off. So I need to make sure to pack my sunscreen for sure. It is hot. It is hot. So yeah, thank you all so much for joining. Yeah, and if you do want to be part of the excitement and part of the behind the scenes and just seeing how we are producing everything and also be part of it, right? If you want to be part of the investigation, we're going to start doing that as well. We're going to start getting into some investigation live streams, pulling up our discovery and everything. Yeah, go ahead and check out the Patreon page, and yeah, you will see some updates on there throughout the week, and a lot of increased post as well. Because, like I said, we are moving into production. It is going by fast. It is already almost the end of June. I can't. Oh my God. Time flies, doesn't it? It's almost July. So, yeah, we're getting into the middle of production here. So, yeah, go ahead and check out the Patreon. And if you're not able to join a tier, go ahead and check out the Venmo page as well. If you want to support the documentary or support the channel, both Venmos are on there as well. So thank you guys so much. Thank you to my moderators as well for including all of those links in the chat. Thank you for all the work you do. Thank you guys. Aw, thank you for all the jewels already. Thank you. Aw, thank you all. And then, yes, and I do want to say a few thank yous right before we go into it. Just thank you, Shan'ann, Cheryl, and Kelly. Thank you guys so much for the Venmo donations for the documentary. Thank you all. Appreciate you. All right, we are going to be watching The Ultimatum. So, same channel as yesterday, Crime Catalyst. This is The Ultimatum. So, we're going to be checking the calendar and making sure that we have all of our ducks in a row, basically going down the month of July and into August to see, right, all of the evidence that we have against Nicole Kessinger that suggests that she was giving Chris an ultimatum. So let's go ahead and watch. And at the same time, we're going to be pulling up our own calendar as well, just to be doing some side by side comparisons here. So thank you all so much. And yes, I welcome, all of your theories, opinions, and of course, your jokes. So we're about to get into it. So might as well, right? Let's dive right in. Oh, when will we have merch? Yes. Oh, thank you. Well, thank you, Sandra, for the question. Yeah, my goal is to have shirts here ASAP. It's basically just the funds. We're just lacking the funds a little bit here because, like I said, when it comes to YouTube, sometimes things are up and sometimes things are down because YouTube is on their own program. They sometimes change algorithms here and there. And so, when your finances go like this, because YouTube is so unpredictable, it's really hard to plan out for merch. But I do hope, right? I do hope that by 10,000 subscribers, to have the funds to be able to make custom merch, because I do want to make really good merch. I also want it to be good quality because, I mean, that's just how I am. If I'm making content, if I'm making documentaries or merch, I want it to be the highest quality possible because, of course, I'm putting my name on it. And I take pride in everything that I do and all the work that I put into my research. So I want to do the same thing with merch. So once we have, yeah, once it's possible, yeah, you guys will be the very first to know. I will let all of you know that we have shirts. I want to start with shirts and I want to move into hats because I love hats. I wear them all the time. And so, yeah. And yeah, so we're kind of just, it's still a very new channel. So it's just taking a little while, for now, I can only afford stickers right now. Stickers are just a lot easier and cheaper to make than t-shirts and hats. But yeah, slowly but surely, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm hoping that yeah, that as we move forward into the summer, to be able to get the funds and to be able to make merch for you all. So thank you for the question. Thank you so much. You guys have amazing questions. Thank you. Horse Gone Wild, great name. Yeah, I've said that too. Oh, thank you, Eric Issa. Yeah, whenever you can get to it, we'll be waiting to rock the RHR merch. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, yeah. I hope, and like I said, right? Hopefully, at 10,000 subscribers, we have the funds available to be able to set some of that aside to be able to get some merch for you all. So, yeah, thank you. I'm excited. I'm excited about that. Definitely excited into getting this documentary and everything squared away too. So, thank you. Yeah, I'm a sucker for funny t-shirts with references or just beautiful logos. Yes. Yeah, and that's the goal, right? The goal is to have a t-shirt that it's going to be a Rabbit Hole Rocks t-shirt. So I want to make it our own inside jokes so that when somebody else sees the shirt, hey, you watch Rabbit Hole Rocks, something like that. It's definitely our little inside jokes for sure. Hi, Jersey. Oh, thank you. Welcome. Watching from the UK. Hello. Yes, and the hats as well. All right, guys. Yes, let's go ahead and watch this video. It is The Ultimatum, Nichol Kessinger, The Ultimatum Part 3, and it is from our channel from yesterday, Crime Catalyst. So go ahead and give them a thumbs up. Check them out. Lots of information and also lots of funny AI images. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. I haven't seen this one, so I guess let's see if we're gonna be surprised. I kind of did this real quick. I'm like trying to get ready for it, but I didn't see anything too disturbing yet. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Hi.
Okay.
It's me. I miss your face. I was just calling to say hi.
Spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. We haven't seen anything disturbing yet. It's me. Coming back. Yeah, already hearing the disturbance. Oh my goodness, let's continue.
Hi. Call me back. Bye.
This is Nicole.
That's scarier than the Annabelle laugh, isn't it? If you all watch Annabelle, definitely scarier than Chucky. I would not want that in any of my dolls. Can you imagine? You buy a doll from the store and at night it's like definitely scarier than Annabelle. All right, let's continue.
Kessinger, infamously known as Chris Watts' mistress.
Yeah, infamously known.
Thank you so much for coming out here with me, Christopher. I'm having a wonderful time. You mean a lot to me, and I'm glad that you're having a blast. I am so out of breath.
She's so out of breath. I mean, she was going a million miles an hour down those hills. Look at me go, Chris. I'm so fast. You got me? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Make sure you record in slow motion because I'm going way too fast. That's her. and that's why she's out of breath. Oh my god, it's so exhilarating. Mm, I guess we'll see. Let's continue.
This woman might quite literally be one of the most hated women in the world, or at least in the true crime world.
I agree. I agree. Do we agree with that statement? Nicole Kessinger is one of, if not the most hated woman in true crime history. I can't think of another woman that is hated more than Nicole Kessinger. Can you? You guys let me know. Throw it in the comments if you can think of one person who is more hated than Nicole Kessinger that is, in true crime history, true crime. So, I mean, I'm thinking some people here, and I don't even think, no, right? The crazy lady that put that, strapped that bomb again around that guy, the pizza delivery guy. I mean, she's evil, but I don't think she's as hated as Nicole Kessinger. Who else? I can't think of anybody. Eileen Warnos, maybe, the serial killer, but even her, right? I don't even think she's hated that much. Casey Anthony. Oh, yes. Oh, there we go. You guys got it. Casey Anthony. Yeah, Casey Anthony. How did I not know? Oh, right. Jody Arias too, right? Jody Arias, Casey Anthony. I think Casey Anthony probably more because of the children, right? There was a child involved, her own kid, her own daughter. And so yeah, I can see that. Yeah, definitely one of the worst. Sherry Papini. I've heard the name. I think I mm, if you'll excuse me, let me just go ahead and look up Sherry Papini real quick. I know the name. The name is familiar. I just want to make sure that I know who I'm talking about here. Okay, who else? Who else? Susan Smith. Sherry. Oh, the kidnapping hoax. Hmm. Okay. Susan Smith. Yeah, Casey Anthony. Laquifa Laquifa Stench. Yes, yeah, that's another one. Okay. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, I think that when we compare Nicole Kessinger to all the other hated women, I think maybe Casey Anthony would be the closest. Um, yeah, I think probably Casey Anthony, right? Maybe Jodi Arias, but maybe not. All right. Well, thank you for that. Let's continue.
After the news of this horrific crime in 2018, many have wondered if Nicole Kessinger was more involved than just having an affair with a married man.
Yep.
We're gonna dwell on it though. They're gonna try to use that as his why. I don't think it's his why. I really don't.
That's why I asked you that question. Do you think his why is financial?
Maybe his why is financial. Come on. I don't think it's his why. I really don't. Says the mistress who kept sending him photos of nudes while he was in North Carolina, while she was supposedly telling him to to fix his marriage. Get back with your wife, Chris. You have such a beautiful home. Are you sure you want to give it all away for this amazing woman that you just met? Well, in case you are doubting it, here's some photos. Sending him nudes. Come on, really? Of course, you're the why, Nicole. Everyone can see that. I don't think, is there anyone on earth that actually thinks that he murdered his family for financial reasons? No, I don't think so. Let's continue.
I'm not expecting that. I don't even know. Like, sometimes I'm like, I just want to do it now, and I'm
Yeah.
like, why?
Some believe Kessinger
Why? Yeah, she immediately went into hiding. Immediately. Amber Fry was a mistress. She didn't know she was a mistress. She didn't go into hiding. A lot of other women didn't go into hiding. The other one that I'm thinking about is Chris Coleman's mistress. If we know a little bit about that case, Chris Coleman also murdered his family, his two sons, and his wife for a mistress. And although that mistress was also unlikable, I didn't like her. Although she was unlikable, I don't think she went AWOL. I don't think she completely, went into hiding. She was not likable either, I will say. Who knows if there was any involvement there, but yeah, she didn't go into hiding. Anyway, let's continue.
told Chris Watts to do what he did, or helped him plan it, or even execute it. Me, I'm undecided. I believe that it is a fact that Nichol Kessinger is culpable, that she's the reason, the catalyst. If you take her out of the picture, I do not believe Chris would have done it.
Same, same. Yeah, I think one thing that we can be 99.999% sure of is that she was the catalyst. That there is no doubt that she was the catalyst. Now, where we have a little bit of doubt, right, where we are really digging in and going down the rabbit hole is whether or not Nichol was actually there, right? We are trying to figure out whether or not Nichol actually made a plan with him, right? Sat down with him and had, a little education time. Sit down, Chris. Let's go ahead and read. I want to show you how to read. This is how you read, Chris, right? And then gave him a list, right? Bullet point of this is what you're going to do. This is what we're going to do then, blah, 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 right? Either the plan or she was actually physically at the Watts house that morning to clean up, or she knew about it and didn't say anything because she wanted it to happen, right? These are the things that we are still trying to figure out. It's still up in the air. We have not verified these for sure yet. But 99.99999%, of course she was the catalyst. I mean, come on. Come on. Of course she was. Everything else, I think she helped him plan it. I really do. Personally, I do think she helped him plan it. And personally, I think she was there at the house trying to pretend to be Shan'ann and trying to get into her phone. That is my theory. But yeah, let's continue.
It was the pressure that she put on him. It was the manipulation and the alleged ultimatum that made Chris Watts become a ticking time bomb.
Yep.
So you really didn't
100% agree.
Had an affair with a married man who lied to me and made me believe that he really wasn't as married as I think he was.
He made me believe that he wasn't as married as I thought he was. Huh? He wasn't married as I think he was. I mean, you're either married or you're not, right? If you're still married and you're going through a separation and a divorce, you're still married. And so I think this is what she means, right? He told me he was married, but he told me that he was getting a divorce. I thought that's what he was actually doing, the process, though. Come on. Even if he was actually going through the process, the man is still married. And this is what she says. That is the only thing that I think I'm to blame for is that I didn't wait. I didn't wait until he fully got divorced. Okay, sure. But the thing is that even if she believed that Chris was in the middle of a divorce and in the process of getting divorced, she was still stalking, in my opinion, she was still stalking Shan'ann's Facebook. So she would see in Shan'ann's Facebook that there was no plan of any divorce. None of Shan'ann's posts suggested, not even in the least bit, that she was getting divorced. So, again, BS. BS. This was 2018. She had access to all of those social media platforms where she was stalking Shan'ann. So, this did not happen in the 60s, okay, when there was no internet, right? She's even saying the same thing about Jim. Oh, Jim doesn't know anything. He lives in Wyoming. Oh. No internet up in the Wyomings. Too many mountains. Yeah. Too much atmosphere for the signals to cross. Come on, really. So absurd. Again, I think it's just a desperate attempt of Nichol Kessinger saying that she's not the catalyst. Of course she is. Of course she is. Anyway, let's continue.
The media is not going to be so kind to let everybody know that. I think people are going to think I'm the reason that he went off the deep end. The reason.
Not everyone will know that. Oh, you guys. Do we not know? We all think that Nichol Kessinger was the catalyst. Oh, do we not know that it was all finances? No, it's because it wasn't. It wasn't. Let's continue.
He went off the deep end. He went off the deep end. The deep end. The deep end.
Yeah, he went off the deep end. Yeah, duh, because she pressured him. Of course he's gonna go off the deep end. Chris, you better get rid of your family, Chris. I'm not gonna be second fiddle, Chris.
That's probably a fair statement. I would probably agree with you to some effect, but if
Oh
these people
my
you know him as
God. I would probably agree with you to some effect if these people you know him. Oh, come on. Kevin. He did agree with her on a lot of things. And again, so insane, right? Coming from an investigator. He's trying to get the answers from her and he's saying, I agree with you on your lies. How does that work? I agree with you. To some effect, he says, I agree with some of your lies, not all of them, though. However, can you call me at 2 a.m.? My phone is still on. Oh,
In my opinion, Nicole Kessinger saw or even met Chris Watts and or Shan'ann Watts at an event somewhere. She may have met them through mutual friends, or she came across them online back in 2017 when her phone data reflects that she did so. I don't think it was a coincidence that she landed a job at Anadarko with Chris Watts.
no. See, this is definitely not a coincidence. When Nicole Kessinger was Googling the family in 2017 and then she magically appeared at Anadarko, we can't say that that was a coincidence. It's too much of a coincidence. You don't Google people's actual names ahead of time without knowing them. What? I'm not just going to sit here and start Googling, I don't know, James Martinez, right? And then I end up meeting a James Martinez 2 years from now. I mean, like what's the likelihood of that? Especially Chris Watts, right? When you think of the name Chris Watts and then Shan'ann, she Googled Shan'ann Watts. That is a pretty unique name, right? It's not like you're Googling John Smith, right? You Google John Smith and then you end up meeting a John Smith. I mean, that's very likely. But Shan'ann Watts, that's a very unique name. She must have found the name somewhere, saw her somewhere, met him somewhere. Why was she Googling that name? Why was she Googling? Anyway, let's continue.
I don't believe that they just happened to run into each other at work or that this affair happened spontaneously and just organically progressed. I strongly believe that Kessinger very meticulously planned and strategized exactly what she needed to do in order to win Chris Watts. Because I believe this was very much a game to her, a game that she desperately wanted to win. She learned all of Shanann's strengths and weaknesses. Like a game of chess, she moved each unique piece with its own specific moving pattern, with a strong purpose and with a pure motivation to search for the best way to implement her plan. One of her objectives was to keep her pawn structure strong and to try to weaken her opponent's pawn structure. She developed her pieces to their full potential in order to have more firepower and use the extra force to overpower her opponent.
And he had expressed to me that we've tried to work on this and it's not working, so that is why we're separated. I mean, he told me that he was living in the basement, and he said, we're separated, but we're not divorced. You are still in this situation where you're not even completely out of it, and I'm getting in it, and that's not fair. Like, not now. It's like you're not finalized with your separation. I'm very calm when I talk to people. It's like extremely rational when I handle situations that there's a disagreement in. It almost made me feel bad, where I was like to the point where I'm engaging in a relationship with a man who, the way he described it, is in a contractual agreement.
I like that visual. I like the visual of the chessboard, right? And like all of the moving pieces. I did like that visual. I think it's very accurate when we're talking about Nicole Kessinger and the way that she manipulated the whole situation. If she was the femme fatale in this case and she set her eyes on Chris, yeah, she was definitely the only one playing chess here. That's, ooh,
But was not in
creepy.
like an emotional relationship with somebody.
Checkmate.
Chess is an ultimate battle of wits.
Chris is not the king, though. I mean, let's be real here. He was not the king. He was not the prize. Was he the prize? I don't think he was the prize. If we're being honest here, I don't I don't even think that Nicole Kessinger wanted Chris per se. I think that she mostly just wanted to be Shan'ann. I think the more I look into this case, the more, at least to me, right? The more it seems like to me that Nicole just really wanted to win. What her definition of winning was, taking Chris from someone that she wanted to be like. So I think it was all envy, jealousy. I think that she was more obsessed with Shanann than she was with Chris. Again, that's just my opinion. I think that she was way more obsessed with Shanann and all the things that she had. She wanted to be like her. And so Chris wasn't the ultimate prize. He can't be. I mean, how could he be? Really? Just go to the grocery store, buy yourself a whole bag of potatoes. At least you have potatoes for the rest of the week. You can make yourself some fries, you can make yourself some mashed potatoes, some potatoes for the morning, all kinds of stuff. Come on. But the potato head, he's the prize? No, please. If that's the prize, I don't want it. I'd rather lose. Please, can I just come in last place? You know what? I don't even want to race. Can you just take my name out? I don't even want to participate in whatever this is. I don't want it. Let's continue.
Akin to embarking on a thrilling mental expedition. Nicole Kessinger wanted to be the Grand Master, which is the highest title one can hold. She walked into that interview room fully planning to control the narrative. She thought she was going to convince everyone not to believe their own eyes and ears, but instead to believe everything she was telling them.
Yep.
She couldn't be seen as the sleazy homewrecker who put so much pressure on a man to leave his wife that he his entire family.
The sleazy homewrecker. And see, this is what a lot of people say about Nicole. They're like, oh no, she had nothing to do with it. She was just embarrassed because she was a sleazy homewrecker. Really? She's going to risk her freedom by deleting evidence, telling Chris to delete evidence, lying to police, all that just so that she can hide how sleazy she was? No. I mean, her sleaziness was going to come out regardless. So again, why would she risk going to prison just to hide that she was a sleazy scumbag? I don't think so. It makes no sense. Let's continue.
No. She must be seen as the savior, the one who was saving him from a bad marriage. Nicole Kessinger made some really absurd statements. She said things like, I really tried to take things slow. I really tried to handle this situation respectfully.
These are real photos? I've never seen this photo either. I've never seen this photo. Have you guys? Huh. Where's she at? All right. I really tried to take things slowly, she says. I tried to. I really tried. I tried to handle this respectfully. There's a lot of trying here, but she didn't do. She didn't take things slow. She didn't handle things respectfully. Obviously, she kept calling Shan'ann the woman. So, or, that lady. Well, she didn't say the lady, but, that person and those two and that woman and she's bossy and all this other nonsense. So I don't think she was trying to do any of this. But she says she tried. Okay.
And here's a good one. I respect monogamy. Those statements just sound so ridiculous. This is a woman who met and fell in love.
Yes. I respect monogamy, Chris. I know that you're married, but take me first, please. I know that you're married and that we are kind of dating, but can I invite my friend over for some Twister? Are you down? She's monogamous? Who was she playing backdoor Twister with? 3 players, mind you. Her, Chris. Who was the third person? But she's super monogamous. Oh, just you and me, Chris, and another person. Yeah. But I'm super monogamous. Okay.
Love with a married man and expected him to separate from his wife, get his own place, and file for a divorce within a couple of weeks. All so that she could start introducing him into her life and introduce him to her friends and family because she was that desperate for a relationship.
Yeah. I think so.
I'm like the reason that he went off the deep end. Like the reason that he went off the deep end.
I'm the reason he went off the deep end is actually a true statement from Nichol herself.
Yes, the only true statement, I should say, one of the only true statements of Nichol Kessinger. I'm like the reason that he went off the deep end. He went off the deep end, she says. Off the deep end. Off the deep end. To me, that sounds like someone who, he's definitely going through it mentally, right? He probably has some depression, anxiety. He's, dealing with some things emotionally. That's what I think of when I hear deep end. But this is a case of a man who murdered 4 people. He strangled his wife, and then he suffocated his 2 daughters, 4 and 3. So to me, that is not a deep end. Okay. But notice that she minimizes it, right? Like with everything that Nichol says, she tries to downplay it. Oh, I don't know. He just went off the deep end. No, lady, he murdered an entire family. That is more than just a deep end. What? He went absolute batshit crazy for you, lady. Oh my God. Hurt Locker, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Chris Watts, the savant, idiot, lapper. Thank you so much, Hurt Locker. Oh my God. Yes, oh God. Chris. He's so stupid. But yeah, he went off the deep end. Sure, in the beginning, I would totally consider that going off the deep end when he's falling in love with her and writing her all these love letters and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe he went off the deep end then. But murdering your family, that is way beyond going off a deep end. Oh my God. Let's continue.
She predicted that people would believe this because she's speaking with all of the knowledge that she has, and she knows the extreme amount of pressure that she put on Chris Watts to separate and leave his wife.
Is this her looking like a saint, right? The little veil behind her. Oh my God. Not a good look.
She knows all of the comments that she made about how much it bothered her that he already had a family. He's already been there, done
I
that.
wasn't sure if he was the one I want to be with because he had already like done everything. I was like, it would be really nice to kind of like have kids and have my own marriage and all of that stuff. That was never anything I conveyed to him.
Oh, you most certainly did convey that to him. You told him that you were looking for someone to spend your life with.
Yeah.
You told him that in the first batch of emails you guys exchanged. Nikki says, I'm looking for someone to build a beautiful life with. Seems so simple, but it's so unrealistic sometimes. Build something similar to what you have done with your wife and those cute little girls. Nichol Kessinger
Whoa. What is this? Oh my God. I just saw a bunch of fleas. I'm like, are those fleas all over the house? No, that's Nichol Kessinger. Oh wow, look, she's doing yoga up on the roof. Like she's doing her little dance on the side. Hey, up on the roof. Oh my God. Oh, and here she is. That photo. I think this one is so weird. It's just so awkward. Let's continue.
Absolutely made it known that she wanted what Chris Watts already had. She spent so much time convincing Chris that his family was a problem, an inconvenience, that they were obstructing him from being the man that Kessinger wanted him to be.
I mean, like, he told me other things, like they really don't like sleep together too much, stuff like that, but I feel like a lot of husbands and wives don't do that. But it was like, well, of course you don't. That's why you're coming to me, you know?
Oh, Cardinal, that's why you're coming to me. I'm just a fucking amazing woman. And then he annihilated his whole family for me. Oh my God, what a pig. Says the woman who was pressuring him the whole time to leave his family. Of course it was her. It was Nicole Kessinger who kept telling Chris that his family was an inconvenience. That's why when he flew out to North Carolina and he saw them for the first time in 5 weeks, he didn't even care. He's like, oh, hi. Mhm. Hey, guys. Ugh. Yeah, it's because he had already spent an entire month with Nicole Kessinger, and now he felt obligated to spend time with his family, and he resented them for it. But again, I think that the only reason he was really resenting them is because he was fighting with Nicole Kessinger about it. He didn't want to fight with Nicole Kessinger, and I think that this is why he resented his family. He didn't want to be around them. Anytime that he was, Nicole was like, "Ugh, are you with her? Ugh, okay, then don't talk to me. Just spend time with your family, Chris. Obviously, your family is way more important than I am." And of course, that would make Chris resent his family because then he was fighting with Nicole Kessinger throughout the entire trip. Again, my opinion, but based on a lot of evidence. Let's continue. Yep.
Nicole Kessinger planned this affair, allegedly, in my opinion. She coincidentally landed a job at Anadarko with Chris. Then she started the affair at the opportune time that she knew Shan'ann had an upcoming trip that she had planned on going on without her husband.
Like, my life is so, like, very in
You
order.
seem very organized and independent and
Oh,
dialed
I
in.
have my shit together. It's like, I don't mess around. I mean, I did. I screwed up.
I have my shit together. I don't mess around. Well, I mean, I did. I messed around with a married man, but I have my shit together otherwise.
Nicole
Yeah, lots of convincing there. If you have to convince me that you have your shit together and then tell me, well, I mean, I guess I did up until the point where I became a sleazy homewrecker. But other than that, I have my shit together, Kevin, believe it or not. Yeah. And of course, other than the time that I stabbed that one man for catching me playing face twister with my friend, other than that, I have my shit together. Okay. Lots of convincing going on here, right? Lots of convincing. Believe me, I have my shit together. Although I did just get fired from my job. Can you believe they didn't even write me a letter of recommendation? Oh, scumbags. Ugh, they're so mean to me. Wow. Okay. So she was the mistress. The man ended up murdering his family. She ended up fired from her job and she ended up a social outcast back at the oil fields or the oil, what are they called? The oil wells or wherever she worked. And now she's like, I have my shit together. Okay. Yeah, you do. Yeah, definitely you do.
Kessinger came across Chris and Shan'ann in 2017, a year prior, and decided right then and there that they had the life that she desired.
Yep.
Shan'ann had the man, the husband, that she had been desperately seeking. She had the man that she had been dreaming of. So she began planning exactly how she would make this happen. She found out where Chris worked and realized that she could actually arrange the meeting of Chris Watts. Once she got the job, she could easily put herself on the path of marrying the man of her dreams.
Was he the man of her dreams though? Okay, this is where I will disagree. I don't think that Chris was the man of her dreams. Again, I think that she saw him. She probably was able to sniff out his insecurities. She was able to, see that this man is very passive, very, you know, down to earth, if that's what you want to call it. Someone that she could easily manipulate, basically. That's what she saw in him. If we are going to compare Chris to her exes, none of her exes wanted to, visit the southern border with her. And what I mean by that is they didn't want to go down south, right? So she didn't like that. And she didn't like other things. She, in my opinion, from the things that we know about her and her past relationships, it seems that she didn't really have that much control in those relationships and that the men kind of did whatever they wanted to. And again, this is based on the conversations between her and Charlotte. Now, the difference here is that Chris was, again, very different. He was passive. He's a dum-dum. He's kind of like, okay, yeah, whatever you want. And so she liked that. She liked that Chris was different. He actually liked doing all these things with her. They like to go south, north, east, and west. They like to play all kinds of twister with 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, maybe, who knows, right? Alone, together, outside, at the dunes, wherever they were. And so she had that control over a man for the first time in her life. And I think that that's what she that's what she liked. That's what she loved and that's what she wanted more than anything. I don't think it was the man himself. It was just the fact that she could control this very specific man. And he displayed that with all of the Facebook, all the Facebook posts. If she was watching Shanann's, Facebook and all of the live streams and the posts, then yeah, she could see that Shanann had, some control over Chris, right? Because it was pretty, I would say it was pretty clear who ran that household there. Of course it was Shanann, right? She was the ambitious one. She was the one with the goals, with the plans to move forward. So of course, she kind of just had Chris do whatever she had him, do. And Chris was just, a follower. So again, I think that this is what she liked more than Chris himself, was a man that she can control and manipulate the way that she wanted to control and manipulate someone. You guys let me know what you think. What do you guys think? I'm saying a lot here, but again, the more I look into this case, the less I think that she actually loved Chris. I shouldn't even say the word love because there was no love here. All of it was lust. Okay. But I think that that is what intrigued her about him. Not his looks, or that he's successful, or that he's, a good husband or a good dad, because he obviously wasn't. He can't be a good husband if he's cheating, and he can't be a good dad if the mistress is telling him, "Oh, your children are kind of annoying. They are kind of getting in the way of my relationship with you." And if the man is already ignoring his children, then you can't say that he's a good dad, or that he would be a good dad if you had kids with him. I mean, come on. Come on. Yeah, what do you guys think? Yeah, Chris doesn't have his own personality. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he doesn't even think for himself. He doesn't even have his own original thoughts. Even his hobbies were actually his dad's hobbies. He didn't even have a hobby of his own. It's all NASCAR and, I was going to say soccer just because it's the World Cup season, but not soccer, football, right? Football and all, other sports, and whatnot. Yeah, Chris let women control him all his life, and he liked it. Exactly. I think so too. Yeah, he liked it. He was used to it. Yeah, no one comes before your children. Yeah, exactly, Shelley. But in this case, Nichol Kessinger did. And again, what a scumbag, right? What a scumbag. Well, he's going to listen to what a woman is telling him instead of what his children want. That is so sick. Anyway. All right, let's continue.
She didn't care that Chris Watts was already taken. She didn't care that he already had a family and that he appeared to be happily married. She was confident that she could swoop in there and steal him away.
Yep.
Nichol Kessinger likely planned all of these little run-ins with Chris Watts at work.
And I'd seen him before, like they meet in the lunchroom, and that's where I go put my lunch in the fridge. So I'd seen him, but I didn't ever talk to him. So that day we just started talking, and then every time I saw him in the hallway after that, and it was always hit or miss. It was always hit or miss, hit or miss, hit or miss, hit or miss. Like it wasn't an everyday thing. It's like,
oh God. Oh my goodness, KTD. Yeah, apparently Sean was allergic to shellfish, right? And KTD says that Sean didn't want to go south because he's allergic to crabs. He's allergic to crabs. Yes, he would break out in hives. No shellfish for me, Nichol. Please don't make me. I break out in hives, don't you know? Yeah, every excuse under the sun Sean was giving, I'm sure. He's like, "Oh, no, I don't like oysters. Ugh. I just don't like it. Trust me, my throat closes up. Please believe me when I say that. Just shellfish, no bueno for me." Oh my God. Ugh. See, that's why these two were perfect for one another, Nichol Kessinger and Chris Watts. They were perfect. Chris didn't mind. He's like, "Oh, I don't mind. I don't mind if I break out in hives or if I can't see. It's fine. It's fine if I have an itchy face for the rest of my life. I don't mind. You love me, right?" What an absolute buffoon. Such an idiot. Oh my goodness. Let's continue.
If it wasn't an everyday thing, it was just when I saw him, we just started talking.
Hit or miss means careless, inattentive, haphazard. But I don't believe that her running into Chris was random or that it happened naturally. Hit or miss is also a phrase that you would use when there's something to aim for, a target. And I believe she targeted Chris Watts.
Wow. Hmm.
During these little run ins with Chris, she turned on the charm. She was an outrageous, habitual flirt. I would imagine that there were lots of looking at Chris in a way that felt a bit too long, lots of touching and poking. She probably gave him an excessive amount of compliments
Yeah.
and perked up whenever he was around. She wasn't shy. She let him know that she was interested right away.
Mm. You guys are killing it in the chat. The itchy and scratchy show. The itchy and scratchy show. Oh my god. Chris, he did not mind. He did not mind all the itchiness. He's fine. He'll just lather on a bunch of, anti-itch cream. It's okay, Nicole. I have enough money in the gift card that you just gave me. I will go buy myself some lotion. It's okay. I don't mind. Yeah, that's probably what he was using all the what is it, the anti-itch cream for. They weren't even using the Anadarko Vaseline anymore. That is what they had to use, or at least Chris, right? Can I throw up now? Yes, please. Yeah, if you brought your snacks and your water, make sure that you bring a trash can with you as well. Maybe a paper bag or something. Yeah, especially when we talk about Nicole Kessinger and her past with everything, right? Everything. Again, the thing is, I don't care, all right? I don't judge, but I will judge the mistress that led this man to murder his family, okay? This is why we're judging this particular person for those things. I don't care. To each their own. To each their. If you like shellfish, go for it. If you don't mind the itchiness, hey, to each their own. If you like it. I mean, I don't like hives, but if you don't mind it, if you like the bumps all over your skin, whatever, right? I'm not judging. I am judging this couple though because again, they're evil. All right? They're evil. They ended up murdering 4 innocent people just so that they can have fun with one another. All right? So yeah, in this case, I think they deserve it. You guys let me know. I don't know. A lot of people say, "You're mean. You're so mean. You're so mean to them. What did they do to deserve this?" Are you serious? Have you not read the news? Do you live under a rock? Is your name Patrick Starr? Okay, let's continue.
In the beginning, when Chris first started talking to Nikki, Chris told his best friend Mark about flirting and talking to a girl at work. Mark advised him that it wasn't a good idea. Chris agreed and said he would cut it off or back away. He later admitted that he didn't back away. He allowed it to continue because he had never been pursued before. Nikki pursued him, as in chased him.
Yeah.
The definition of pursue is to follow someone or something in order to catch or attack them. To
Neffy. They live in Wyoming, obviously. Oh, that's right. I forgot. The people who don't know anything about Nicole Kessinger or Chris Watts, they must live in Wyoming with Jim. Jim? Jim, have you heard? Oh, you haven't heard. You live in Wyoming. Yes. Yeah, you guys, if you don't know things, just don't blame it on the fact that you don't know. Just say, I live in Wyoming. What can I say? I didn't know about that because I live in Wyoming. That's just the excuse nowadays. Let's continue.
Seek or attain or accomplish a goal over a period of time. She was persistent.
You were able to say, Nikki, this is what I would like. This is what I'm into. Or blah, blah, blah. And maybe not with Shan'ann.
No, Nikki just wanted, I mean, she wanted what she wanted.
Let's talk about Kessinger's strategy. She didn't waste any time. As soon as Shan'ann and the girls left for North Carolina, Kessinger got to work.
Yep.
That's why you're coming to me. You know, he told me that her and him have had communication issues.
Nicole
about 6
Kessinger
years.
was a mastermind at manipulation.
This all happened so quickly, didn't it?
It was insane quickly.
Their affair got hot and heavy in the month of July. Because Chris's wife is thousands of miles away, they can finally start spending time together and become a real couple.
That whole month of July on, it was like, I was never alone.
Nikki contemplated how she could use her time with him wisely. She knew her time was limited, and she had much to achieve before Chris would be reunited with his family.
Yes. Let's go ahead and pull up our calendar. Calendar time. Yes. Let's look at all the ways that Nicole Kessinger used her time wisely. Let's go ahead and look at from the very, the very beginning, right? The very first time that they hung out, possibly, they went on their AMC date and they had their little Twister game for the very first time. Yeah, look at that. Chris came back from the San Diego trip with Shan'ann. Then she immediately left to North Carolina. And look at that. The first Twister date, the role-playing text. 3 days later, I'm so addicted to you, says Chris Watts. It's only been 2 nights, guy. It's really that great? Did she really just blow your socks right off? Really? Had he never played Twister before? But anyway, he's so addicted all of a sudden. Nicole Kessinger is now out of town this time. Look at that. Now, she's out of town for a few days, which makes Chris go a little cuckoo, right? He's like, oh my God, I'm so addicted to you. Where is she? I'm addicted. I think that this is the very first, taste that she gave him. You all let me know. I think that she did the Twister, right? So she invited him over. They played Twister. Right arm on the blue. Chris, put your right leg on the green. And then I'm going to climb over you and then put all of my limbs all over the rest of the colors, right? She gave him a little taste of Twister. And then she takes off with her friends. They go out of town because it's her birthday. So then Chris is not able to spend her birthday with her, right? And so I think this was the first taste, and then Chris became addicted, right? As we see, he became hooked. And then her being away for the very first time gave Chris that sense of, he's missing her already. So it was the very first taste of what it would be like for him to lose Nicole Kessinger very, very early on. Now, please let me know. Let me know if you think that this is crazy, but I think that this was actually planned. I don't think that her going out of town was planned months in ahead. I think that this was actually planned around the same time that she met Chris so that her plan can come to fruition. Now, let me know. Please let me know. I think so too, though. I really do think that this was part of her strategy. Yeah, the addiction was lust. Exactly. Of course it was. It was absolute lust. Yeah, and so because of that, Chris became addicted. So let's go ahead and go into July. Look at that. Chris then deep cleans the Lexus, right? He's so bored. Oh, where's Nikki? I miss you, Nikki. Sending her text messages. Oh, I crave being in your life. All of these things, right? I think this was part of her strategy. Yeah. I think that Nicole Kessinger being away from Chris after they had their little Twister date and seeing these texts from him, I think that she knew that she had him wrapped around her little finger. That was her first sign that her strategy was working. That was the first sign that she knew in her brain. She knew, holy shit, this man is actually hooked. He's hooked on me. Perfect. I have him wrapped around my little finger. And it worked. She went away for the weekend and he was hooked. So he deep cleans the Lexus and, doing whatever else. Who knows what else he was doing. He comes back, or she comes back, I should say. And look at that. Chris Watts already had a love card ready for her. Oh, I'm so glad you're back, Nikki. I missed you. I've never played Twister like that with anybody before. I think I'm hooked. Here's a little love card. I love you. You're so electric. You make my engine go vroom. What an absolute moron. Like a high school child, right? Like a high school kid. You like me? Yes or no? Please circle yes. I didn't put a maybe in there, so you better circle yes. Yeah. He comes back and he's like, I love you. Please don't ever leave me again. And of course, they spent the night together. This was, again, part of the plan, part of the strategy. I absolutely believe it. And then we go into the 4th of July. Of course, they are still spending the time together. Nichol Kessinger has a meltdown. Why? Look at the calendar. Look at it. Nichol left. She got love cards and little love messages from Chris. And then all of a sudden, she has a meltdown because Shan'ann called him. Shan'ann called Chris early in the morning. And then Chris goes outside and talks to Shan'ann out in the front, right? So he leaves Nichol's apartment, stands probably in the front so that Nichol won't listen to the conversations that Chris is having with Shan'ann, but that completely pisses Nichol Kessinger off. She's like, oh my God, you've been spending the whole night with me and now you're on the phone with your wife? Oh my God, I thought I was your priority. I will never be second fiddle to anybody, right? Something to that effect is what I picture. And so this was her very first meltdown. Now, look at what's happening, right? It hasn't even been a week and they're already fighting. Nichol Kessinger is already very, very volatile. Look at her. Oh, what happened here? I don't know what's happening. Okay, here we go. Very volatile, right? Already. First fight. So she's getting him hooked with the twister. She's hooking him with the attention that she's giving him. And then she's also, showing that she is not okay with the relationship that he has with his wife, right? So, holy shit, whiplash. Can we talk about whiplash here? Because you go from being hooked and then fighting with this woman for the very first time, and then he ends up realizing, holy shit, she's having a meltdown over this. Okay, I guess I can't be talking to my family as much because this is her reaction to it, right? So then now we see that her strategy is working. She hooks him, she gives him attention, and then she has a meltdown to let him know, I'm not okay with this, and if you don't want to lose me, you better do something about it. Holy shit. How early on was this? A week. A week, guys, a week. Look, Wednesday the 27th, the 4th, a week, and the woman was already having meltdowns because she wasn't a priority. Let's go ahead and look forward, right? Look at this. On Saturday, Chris Watts and NK's first phone call. You're so considerate, text messages, right? Baby Nico outfit. This is where Shan'ann posted that the baby Nico outfit. What else happens on this day? They go to the Shelby Car Museum. Nichol Kessinger pings in Frederick. They are looking for bistros, right? All of this is happening while Shan'ann is posting photos of baby Nico. So again, in my opinion, Nichol Kessinger knew that this was going on. And so, of course, she's going to be taking Chris away to distract him from that. Don't pay attention to that, Chris. Pay attention to me. I'm right here. Me. Let's go out. Let's go to the Bandimere Speedway. Let's go to the Shelby Car Museum. Let's go to the bistro together. What else? Let's go to the Great Sand Dunes. All of it, right? All of it is a strategy. I completely agree. But yeah, look, and we continue, right? There's Chris Watts gets paint for Nichol Kessinger, just like a real relationship, right? Nichol Kessinger is calling Chris. Hello, baby. Hi. I need new paint for my car. Can you stop by after work and just get it for me? I already ordered it. Yeah, it's already on hold. Just go to the front desk. I'm sure they should have it there. Yeah, just pick it up for me, please. Thank you. Bye. That sounds like a relationship to me. You don't send someone that you just met over to go do errands for you, but Chris was already doing it. That's because it's a real relationship at this point. And here we go. NK Google's man affair, right? My man is having an affair with me, though. I'm the other one. I'm the other woman. I'm the mistress. She's Googling these things. Again, part of the strategy. Yes, very, very calculated. Let's continue.
Kessinger had to really hone in all of her manipulation skills in order to get Chris to turn his attention away from his family and get him to focus all of his time and energy on her.
Like, I never had all those reminders. Like, I never slept in my house. Like, the whole month of July.
Through the whole month of July, Chris Watts is living a bachelor life. He would go to work and then go home just long enough to shower, grab some clothes, and then he would go to Nikki's house.
Oh, okay. So you weren't even at your house?
No. I was there at her house pretty much every night. So
Yep.
it's like I didn't have that time at home just to really think about anything. 'Cause literally, I didn't, like, I was only at home from, like, when I got home from work. I worked out, I ate dinner, and then I went
He
over
looks
her
like a
house.
potato. Oh my God, he looks like a straight potato. what is this?
I believe Nikki
Oh shit. Oh, that is so creepy. Okay, so this is Chris, but it is a combo. It is a combination of the photo where he's wearing that I'm a proud dad shirt, and then the top portion is the other photo where he's looking like an absolute idiot, right? So that's what it looks like. Which I think is funny, because yeah, when you look at it, here, let's go ahead and pull it up. Go ahead and pull these up. Okay, so I think it's this one. All right, so it's that one, and then the other one is the one where it's his mugshot, I believe, right? Is that it? Yeah, it is. It is. This one. Oh my God. So that's why he looks so weird. Look at him. Right? His face is going like this way. He's like, hello, my name is Chris. Ew. Let's continue.
strategy was to keep Chris with her as much as possible
Oh,
so that
what
he
the
wouldn't be able to talk to his
What? Okay, so Chris with a stroke? Is this what we're looking at now? Chris had a stroke, you guys. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. Okay, so that's definitely oh, that's what that is. Okay, so it's his newer mugshot. It's the one where he's happy because he has a lot of pen pals. All these women think I'm handsome and they send me letters. Yeah, that's why he's smiling. And of course, this is him getting caught. Look. I'm in prison for life because I'm a scumbag. I got caught. I will never see my girlfriend again. Yeah. But combined, it's Chris and a stroke. I love it. I love it. I love these. This is Photoshop, maybe, right? Maybe not AI, Photoshop.
wife.
Like, I didn't, like, she even told me, like, she would never, in, like, a normal relationship, she would never have somebody over her house, like, more than, like, once or twice a week, but she felt like she wanted me over there.
Yeah.
She said she felt comfortable over there.
What an absolute idiot. Dude, her friend Jim also had a key. Did you know that, Chris? You're definitely not the only man that she gave keys to. But he's so dumb. He's like, she never really trusted any men over her apartment, but she trusted me. Yeah, she gave me a key right away. Oh God, he's so dumb. He's so naive, isn't he? Very, very naive.
So, it's, like, that's what was different, like, she wanted me over there.
Nichol Kessinger recognized that this wasn't a normal relationship. In this relationship, she had competition, and I don't imagine that she had the capability to handle that very well.
Chris is special. He is. Yeah, we'll never have firsts.
Went to camping in sand dunes national park, and I'd never been camping. I always wanted to do it. Thought it was she'd done it like countless times.
Oh, really? Okay. She's outdoorsy.
Yes.
Kessinger had planned all these little weekend getaways to the sand dunes, camping, racing, car shows, and museums. And she was very strategic in doing this.
All the things that Chris loved, all of them, right? Every single weekend of July, there was something going on. A first call, their car museum outing, Bandimere Speedway, right? He went out to the Bandimere Speedway for the first time. Oh, I've always wanted to do it. I've never been able to do it. The sand dunes, right? Every single weekend, something was going on. And this is just the weekends that we know of. What about all the hiking, right? They went hiking all the time. So I'm guessing that all of these different hikes were during the week, maybe on Sundays, on these days that we don't have any actual, verified information of the photos that they were taking. But yeah, what do we think? I mean, this was happening constantly. The whole month of July, Chris did not spend a single day at his house. Like he said, right, he would only show up to get a change of clothes, to make sure that Dieter was, fed and watered, and then he would leave and spend the entire month with Nichol Kessinger. Yep. Yep. She passed out keys like Oprah. Eric, he's yes. So not only the gift cards, but also her keys. She's making extra keys for all the men that she likes. Oh, I like your fur. You get a gift card and here's an extra key to my apartment. Yay. Twister party Saturday at 8 p.m. Poker in the front and whatever in the rear. I don't know. I don't play cards. All right. I'm not a gambler or anything. What else? What other card games do people play? Solitaire, right, in the rear. Oh my God. Maybe Uno, right? Poker in the front, Uno in the rear. Or maybe not. Maybe more than Uno in the rear. Maybe Dos. Dos in the rear, right? Who knows at this point? But Nichol is claiming that, oh, if I like a man and I trust him, only one is allowed in my apartment at a time. I don't know about that. I don't know. I haven't verified that. Her Google searches do say otherwise. There we go. There we go. Yes. You got it. You got it. Yeah, WV Hunter. Thank you so much. Liquor in the front, poker in the rear. But at this point, right, it could be Uno or Dos in the rear because, again, she did want to have a three-way twister. So at this point, she can't be playing Uno with people. Let's continue. Uno Extreme. Uno Squared. Can we play Uno Squared? Uno to the power of 2, perhaps. Let's continue.
I think she very purposefully took Chris to all of the places that he normally wouldn't get to go to because he has a family. He has 2 little baby girls and another one on the way, and unfortunately that's just how it is. Your children become your life and it becomes difficult to find time.
Yeah. Parenting is the biggest sacrifice one can make. It's putting your life on hold to fulfill the promises of your own children tomorrow. Yeah, that's exactly what Shan'ann was doing. Of course, she was fulfilling her own dreams. Again, very ambitious woman. She had a lot of dreams. She had a lot of skills, right? Her skill set was on point with everything that she brought to the table. But at the same time, she was also making sure that her children had that same life. She was setting that example for them. What was Chris doing? He was just along for the ride. Tell me what you need to do. Oh, you want me to wash the dishes? Okay. Do you want me to just wash one dish or all of them? Oh, You want me to wash all of the dishes? Okay. What kind of soap should I use? Oh, this is the dish soap? Okay. Okay. Now what do I do? Oh, I put the dish soap on the dish? Okay. Okay, now what? Oh, I need to scrub it? Okay, well, I guess I'll scrub. Right? This man needed to be told every single thing that he needed to do because he couldn't handle it himself. Insane, right? Insane. Wow. Hey, Chris, can you take out the chicken? Right? And he took out an actual chicken, right? Like a chicken, like a live chicken in the backyard. Buck, 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 buck. And Chris is like, oh, you want me to grab the chicken? And then he put it in the sink. Shanann's like, no, take out the chicken from the freezer. Right? Like these were the little things that Chris, he needed his hand held. All right. This is how stupid the man was. He needed his hand held throughout all of it, all of life. Anyway, let's continue.
To do those types of things in between taking care of your family.
Going to camping, going to drag race, going all the other stuff that you have fun doing, but you're with somebody else. It's not your family. It just didn't seem right.
But Nichol Kessinger doesn't understand married life, which involves compromise and commitment. She has no responsibilities and a lot of freedom. And she wanted to give Chris a taste of that life while his wife was away on vacation.
When I was with Nikki, it was, different. Like I wasn't even like in the realm of I'm a dad, I'm a husband type thing.
It's almost as if she was dangling a carrot in front of his face. As if
What? Oh my God. Yes. Dangle the chicken too, though. You got to dangle the chicken. Chris is like, is that a carrot? Wow. This is perfect.
if to say, this is the lifestyle that you could have if you just didn't have that pesky little family of yours.
I have no concept of that anymore.
She wanted to remind him of the life he used to have, the life he gave up for his family. The events she planned were not kid-friendly.
Yep.
Children don't want to be out in the hot sun at the sand dunes. Bella and Cece wouldn't particularly love NASCAR racing, where the sound exceeds 100 decibels and is compared to standing near a jet airplane engine. Not that some people don't take their children there, and some, I'm sure, love it.
Yeah.
But Nichol Kessinger didn't want to do anything to remind Chris that he was a father to these two adorable little girls. She surely didn't want them on his mind. She wanted to show him all of the fun he could have without his family.
Yep.
So not only is she trying to show Chris that he could have what she thinks is a better life, she also has another trick up her sleeve. She knew exactly what to do to get Chris hooked on her.
Yeah. This is what we were talking about earlier, right? I think that Nichol Kessinger was able to see his insecurities, the things that he loved, and was able to manipulate him based on the things that she knew about him. And yeah, she used it to get what she needed.
What to do to get Chris hooked on her. She would kill 2 or 3 birds with one stone. These particular dates would also remind him of his dad, who we all know held a special place in Chris's heart.
Wow.
The way into Chris's heart was not through his stomach, as the saying goes. The way into his heart was through his dad. If she could remind Chris of those precious moments with his father, he would be in awe of
She
her.
wanted to go to the car museum, shop museum in Boulder. I've never been there. And I was,
That's right up your alley.
so, yeah, I was just like, that was awesome just to walk around.
Twister for twats when he was an athlete. Again, I think that all the hobbies that he had them only because of his dad. I don't think that he had any original thought in his brain.
Cars for like an hour or so. And then, drag race in Vandermeer.
Okay.
I haven't been to a drag race since 2008. And that was in Charlotte.
Okay.
Like that was the only drag show.
She knew that was a
Yep.
vulnerable place for him. She knew it was a way for her to hold his heart in her hands.
And it's like,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because Again, if Chris is the one saying, "Oh, Shan'ann doesn't let me do this and Shan'ann doesn't let me do that, and oh, my dad is a hero," and then Nichol is doing the opposite, then of course Chris is going to be hooked to that. Because yeah, Nichol is taking him to all of the places that are not kid friendly, all of the things that single people would do, right? A couple without any kids. And of course, this also reminded Chris of the times that he spent with his dad. Wow. So calculated. So calculated. This is God. I mean, the strategy worked. It worked. It worked flawlessly.
Like the NHRA, the Top Fuel and Fuck Car stuff. Like me and my dad used to grow up.
Yeah.
Go there like all the time.
Wow.
Nichol very meticulously planned their time together and the dates that she would take him on.
Yeah.
She crammed in as much adventure and fun as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, she did.
Cramming all of these fun dates into this short period of time would also help Nikki feel more secure in the relationship.
Yep.
Knowing that her and Chris were creating lots of memories and doing new things together.
Yep.
She likely didn't realize how much she was revealing her insecurities.
Mhm.
And she comes off as extremely desperate, rushing to hurry and do all of these new things with this married man while his wife's out of town. She's basically trying to prove herself wrong or refute her thinking that she couldn't possibly have any first with a man who already has a family of his own.
Yep. Hey, Boops. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, see, this is, the research that has gone into this, great, right? Because it is so true. I completely agree with everything that is being said here because, again, I think that Nichol Kessinger was very desperate. She was very insecure about certain things, right? We already joked about it earlier. Sean being allergic to shellfish, all of these other things, right? She's very insecure. And so she's packing all of these things that she thinks that Chris is going to like into a very short period, right? Into a month so that she can feel secure that she has this man wrapped around her finger and that this man isn't going to leave her to go back to his family. Very, very insecure. I mean, this woman, oh my God, she came off as thirsty. Somebody please give her some water because she is super dehydrated, right? The woman just went after the first man that he seemed, very easily manipulated, right? Someone that is very impressionable, who doesn't have a mind of his own. And so, yeah, she used that to her advantage. And so we see her desperation.
So why is Nichol Kessinger doing this?
Oh my God.
What made her take these steps to try to steal another woman's husband?
Yeah, a real man can't be stolen. That's because Chris was not a real man. Thank you so much, Tiger. Thank you so much, Eric Issa. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Tiger. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you. Let's celebrate, everybody. Eric Issa, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Chris Watts had connection with his dad through sports and cars, but no connections involving his feelings. Exactly. He Googled when to say I love you or how does it feel. Absolutely. 100%. Thanks, Eric, for bringing that up. Yes. Yeah. See, the thing is, Chris had a connection with his dad through sports, right? And I've said this before. I think that their relationship was very superficial. Everything involved sports or NASCAR. That is how they connected with one another, but nothing about their feelings, right? They didn't talk about their feelings. Chris didn't talk about, his insecurities or the problems that he was having with, Shan'ann or anything, really. Everything. He just kept down. He just had all this pent up frustration and he couldn't talk to anyone about it, including his dad. And his dad is also very closed off. I mean, we've heard a lot of, about Ronnie. I love you, son. I like to hear you. Oh, son. You see NASCAR? They won. Right? We see and we try, we listen and we try to decipher what it is that Ronnie is mumbling on about. But still, even through the mumbling, we can tell that Ronnie is not open, right? He's not open with his feelings. He's very closed off. He doesn't talk about these things. So, of course, Chris is not going to do it either. Chris, the only person that he had to look up to in that family dynamic was his dad, right? Another masculine role model. And the masculine role model in his life was, in my opinion, very emasculated by the mother, by Cindy. And so I think that they both kind of bonded over that, but neither of them actually talked about their real feelings. You guys let me know. Again, this is just my opinion. I am no therapist. But again, I mean, their family dynamic, I will say it's very similar to my own family, right? My mom and dad. Yeah, my dad would be the Ronnie of the household. My mom is very much a Cindy. She's very much like a Cindy. Yeah. Thank you so much for that, Eric. Thank you for bringing that up. And thank you so much for the super chat. Julia, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, that's so cute. Noob. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, there's something wrong with both Chris Watts and Ronnie. Very similar, weird robot like. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, they're not open. They're just not open with their feelings. They're very closed off. Yeah. All right, let's continue.
Since Nicole Kessinger did a lot of reading and Googling about men marrying their mistresses, I figured we should read up on it a little bit too. What Kessinger would have found during her research is that statistics show that
So, how often do men marry their mistresses? All right, some statistics time, guys. Let's look at the math. See, numbers don't lie. All right. All right. We know, so what we know is that men rarely leave their wives for the woman with whom they are cheating. The most recent statistics show that 3 to 5% of married men who have affairs go on to divorce their wife and marry their mistress. And the current divorce rate for second marriages is thought to be 60%. So more than half of these marriages that end up, with their mistresses, most of them end up in divorce. 60%, over half. Duh. Duh. If you're going to enter a relationship with infidelity, with dishonesty, of course it's going to end up in a divorce. So I'm not surprised by these numbers at all. 60%. And look at that. Only 3 to 5% of men marry their mistresses. 3 to 5%. I wonder. Okay, so this was a year ago. So yeah, the statistics are still very current if we look them up now. Let's go ahead and just for shits and giggles, right? Just for just to verify this as well. I just want to verify it for myself here. All right, so how often do men marry their mistresses? All right. Oh, the same thing. Same thing. All right, this is what we got. Yeah, so it's the same thing. Statistics indicate that only 3 to 5% of men who have affairs end up marrying their mistresses. Less than 10% actually leave their wives, as many men use the affair for excitement rather than a desire to build a new life. Yeah, except in Chris's case, what an absolute moron. For him, he wanted a new life. He's like, oh, it's okay. I'm going to be that 5%, Nikki. Just you wait. Please believe in me. I just can't. I can't stand him. I can't stand Chris Watts. Yeah, the research and relationship experts highlight that the following realities about these relationships. Let's go ahead and look. Yeah, high divorce rates. He should have known this. He gave an entire presentation, ridiculous, mind you, stupid, not even, well researched, but he gave a presentation about relationship advice. He should know this. Even among the small percentage who divorce and marry their affair partners, the odds of success are very low. Studies suggest that over 75% of marriages that begin as affairs end in divorce. Duh. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, because you're starting a relationship where there was infidelity. It's not going to end well. Barriers, experts and community consensus on okay, really? Reddit. All right, that's not okay. Everything else is just Reddit. I don't know if we want to use Reddit as a resource, but okay, sure. This is from another research or resource, so this one is more believable. I don't know about these, but still, right? Still, we've said this in the past. I don't think that the relationship would have lasted. Of course not. It started with infidelity and lies and a bunch of insecurities. So no, it wasn't going to end well.
Only 3 to 5% of married men actually leave their wives for their mistress. And
Yeah, exactly. You lose them the way you get them.
even then, a majority of the time, it doesn't work out. So I wanted to sort of dive into what emotions Kessinger might have been feeling during this period of time that she chose to engage in this affair with Chris Watts. There are multiple different mindsets and reasons women choose this life. To be honest, her reason won't change or make a difference to you.
Hmm. Hmm. This is interesting. Yeah, let's go. This is interesting. I like this stuff, right? The female psychology and being the other woman. All right. From a woman's perspective, if she wants a man to leave his wife for her, she has an innate need to feel desired and safe. She believes that if she is in the right environment, she can flow with life and succeed at anything. Hmm. Wow. This makes so much sense. I think that, yeah, I agree with this because for me, I read this as the right environment. For me, I read this as the right man, right? If Nikki believes that she has the right man, then she can succeed at anything because if she has control over the man, then she can do the same things that Shan'ann went on to do with her life. This is how I perceive this. You guys let me know what you think, but this is how I read that. I think it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I mean, she saw Chris, she saw the life that Shanann had, and she said, well, this is the type of life that she has with this man. So I guess this is the man that I need so that I can also succeed just like Shanann did. Hmm. Really interesting, right? The psychology here. I love this stuff. Oh my God. Yeah, NK would have never handled the stress of raising two small kids, let alone three. God, no. No, she wouldn't have even raised the one that she supposedly wanted to give Chris. No. I mean, in my opinion, right? Again, based on everything we've seen, I think she's a very selfish woman. She definitely does not want to, take care of anybody but herself. Let's continue.
Because it comes down to this one truth: she does not love and value herself.
Right. I mean, come on.
And Nichol exhibits a lot of signs of low self esteem. She shows defensiveness, highly sensitive to criticism, definitely the victim mentality.
All right. I just wanted to pause this here real quick and look into her insecurities.
And
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and look at her insecurities real quick. Signs of low self esteem. Well, obviously, the fact that she's going after a married man, that's kind of a given. Defensiveness, very defensive, right? Very, very defensive. We've already seen her in the interviews with Kevin Kovac. Highly sensitive to criticism. Yes, of course. We already know this. There's also a text message between Chris Watts and Nichol Kessinger where he's like, oh, you're such a great worker. I can't believe they haven't promoted you yet. I think that's because she was, again, complaining that Anadarko or Tasman, right, her actual employer, they weren't, giving her the attention that she thought she deserved. Mistrust in self. Yeah, duh, of course. Yeah, 100%. She doesn't trust herself. Victim mentality. Really? Yes. Inability to set boundaries. Absolutely, 100%. Highly dependent on others. Yes, very codependent. Constant negative thinking about yourself and life. Yeah. Someone who worked out in, oil, and she says it herself, "Yeah, those people are social outcasts." I think it's because she didn't really think so highly of herself. Yeah, what do you guys think? Maybe borderline? Yeah. Yeah, she could be. She could definitely have some, borderline personality disorders, right? BPD. Maybe some NPD as well, narcissistic personality disorders, bipolar disorder. Yeah, all of this, I think it's very accurate when we are looking at Nicole Kessinger and her own insecurities, right? And I think, again, right, I think that Nicole Kessinger can definitely sniff out the insecurities in other people as well because she's so aware of her own insecurities, I think. Let's continue.
And Nicole exhibits a lot of signs of low self esteem. She shows defensiveness, highly sensitive to criticism, definitely the victim mentality.
Yep.
She may be a great friend, take care of her.
In other words, a married man can maybe getting all his needs met by both his spouse and his mistress. So he won't want to give either of them up. Except in this case, God, Chris gave up his wife for his mistress. Shan'ann, I mean, she offered so much more, way, way more quality, right? A quality relationship. Whatever Nicole offered, all of it was surface level, lust, definitely control is what she wanted, but it was disguised as care and love.
Her looks and present to the world a confident woman. Except deep down, she is not convinced that she is deserving of an honest relationship with a devoted man.
Nope.
She uses this situation to prove her worth by stealing the attention, care, and love from a taken man. In an online discussion thread about mistresses, someone wrote, "I've had affairs with married men, and it's nothing I'm proud of."
Oh, okay. This is a thread online. All right. So this person says, I've had affairs with married men. It's nothing I'm proud of. My personal motivation was a need to be desired. Yeah, which was much stronger than my sense of morality. I guess you can say I was desperate to be loved and took the attention from anywhere I could find it. That was my unhealed, broken self. The person I am now would never be anyone's second choice. Interesting choice of words here, right? I would never be someone's second fiddle. This is just my experience, and I know women have many reasons for being a mistress. Yeah, I think that the main reason, though, would be this one, right? Broken self, insecurities, someone who doesn't feel loved. Again, if we want to bring in Nicole Kessinger's exes and her conversations with Charlotte, it does seem that this is a lot of her insecurities. She wanted Chris because he's the only one that actually showed interest in her, despite all of her insecurities and all of her flaws. Let's continue.
My personal motivation was a need to be desired, which was much stronger than my sense of morality. I guess you could say I was desperate to be loved and took the attention from anywhere I could find it. Well, that sounds very familiar.
Oh my goodness.
The person who emailed me that claimed they worked with Nicole Kessinger.
Horse Gone Wild. Yes, of course. Please. I hope everything is okay. Oh my goodness. Yes, please, please, please. Yeah, don't apologize for that. I hope everything is okay. I hope your mom is okay. My thoughts are with you. Please, yeah, keep us informed. Please let us know in the community chat that everything is okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Please keep us yeah, keep us updated, please. I hope everything's okay. Hugs, thoughts. Oh my God. Sorry guys, I'm just going through the chat right now real quick. Dude got conned. Yeah. Fast and Furious, playing the victim. I don't trust NK. There's something on with her. Yeah. Nicole is a selfish woman. Okay, there we go. Okay. Who only wants to improve their life, style, money, and under any circumstances, he used, yeah, a dome, low self confidence man. Yes. All right. Let me just scrolling through some. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything here. That one just pops up, and I'm like, oh my God, is anything else going on? All right. All right, let's go ahead and continue. Yeah, guys, yeah, Please, please, please. I mean, oh my God. I hope everything's okay. Yeah, if you guys are in the chat and there's something going on, please, please don't apologize. Yeah, get up and do the thing, please. But yeah, keep us posted. All right, let's continue.
Said that she loved attention, basically from anybody who would give it to her. That was my unhealed, broken self. The person I am now would never be anyone's second choice. Another woman wrote, I guess some women think there's power in it. I mean, she could ruin the man's marriage if she told the wife. Some women love the man and keep at it thinking he'll leave his wife. Some women.
All right, look at this part. It says, I guess some women thinks there's power in it. I think that this also applies to Nicole Kessinger, right? I think that yeah, that she's also insecure, but she had power over Chris, and I think that this is what she used to her advantage, and I think that she absolutely loved it. She loved being able to have that power over a man for the first time ever in her life, right? And then it goes on to say, I mean, she could ruin the man's marriage if she told the wife. Yeah, Nicole Kessinger had the power here. She had all the power over Chris in that she knew his secrets and she could blackmail him if she wanted to, if she needed to. Some women love the man and keep at it, thinking that he'll leave his wife. Some women enjoy the no strings attached business of being a mistress, except not Nicole. Some women have low self esteem. Some women find the secrecy of the relationship exciting. I'm not really sure. I've never been a mistress, but I feel sorry for the wives. Yeah, what do we think? Yeah, I think that it's all of the above. I think that there's a lot of reasons why people choose to do this. For Nicole Kessinger, in particular, I think that it was part insecurity and part power. She wanted to know that she had power for the first time in her life, and knowing that she had that power made it so that her insecurities can feel less, you know, less intense. You guys let me know what you think. Let's continue.
Enjoy the no strings attached business of being a mistress. Some women have low self esteem. Some find the secrecy of the relationship exciting. I'm not really sure. I've never been a mistress, but I feel sorry for the wives. My point is, Nicole Kessinger knew that there was a huge chance that Chris Watts was not planning to divorce his wife, even if that's what he was telling her. She knew that it was possible that he was lying to her and that things weren't moving along as fast as she hoped. I'm sure as this continued, her frustration was growing stronger and stronger by the day.
The wife expert. Look at this. Dear mistress of a married man, think twice. Think twice before you leap and begin destroying lives, mostly your own. Yeah. See, the thing here is that she went on to destroy an entire family's life, but she also destroyed herself. She destroyed her own life. Here we are trying to get justice for the victims. Of course, we still want to see her in prison, but in a way, she is kind of in a prison of her own. She's not allowed really to be herself. She can't have social media. She can't come out and write a book like she wanted to. She can't have the life that many of us have. I mean, I wonder if she goes to Walmart every time that she wants to buy her replacement brown bikinis, if she's having to wear a disguise, right? One of those, the glasses with the mustache. She's going out at the Walmart. Are these on sale? Oh, they are. Okay. I hope nobody sees me buying all of these. Except the person at the register ringing her up is like, Sir, do you really need these many? Hold on. Are you Nicole? Right? And, obviously she's wearing the little mustache and the nose. She's like, I am a sir. These are not for me. These are for my wife. Yeah, she's having to do that. And so, in a way, she is in her own prison. But, of course, right? We don't want her in her own prison. We want her in an actual prison because, again, if she was more involved than she said she was and she actually planned this murder, then she needs to be where Chris is at. Not in the same, obviously, not in the same prison, but far, far away from each other, but in prison still. Again, at the very least, please investigate. Please investigate. Let's continue.
Her only option left was to continue to pressure Chris and make him understand that she was the better choice. So she began to badmouth Shan'ann and point out all of her flaws.
She wants everybody to think that we live a certain way and that we can like sustain all this stuff.
You said something about her being controlling or
bossy.
Bossy.
That's what he
Bossy?
said. Bossy. I think he was just
This part, she says bossy 3 times. Oh yeah, there's something about, Shan'ann being controlling. Bossy. 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 Did you write that down, Kevin? I said bossy. Oh, you need me to spell it out for you? Okay. B as in boy. O as in, I can't say the word. S as in stupid. Another S, I'm sure, right? Is there another S? Bossy? Yeah, I think there is another S. Okay. Another S as in snake. And a Y as in you need to call me at 2 a.m. Yeah, did you write it down? Thank you. She says bossy 3 times in a row, right? 3 times in a row. Bossy, bossy, bossy. Did you catch that, Kevin? Bossy. I remember I made this video and I had to write it because I'm like, what? She said it 3 times as if Kevin didn't hear the first time.
saying when he voices his opinion, it's not her. The reason that they don't really get along anymore is because he feels like he's not her, and she like doesn't acknowledge him. And he said that he'd addressed it with her a few times. They just kind of like fell apart.
Okay.
Just kind of drifted apart.
Is that was
They just kind of like fall apart. They kind of just like drifted apart. I don't think so. I'm going to agree here, and I don't think that that's something that Chris would ever say. It just doesn't sound like his words or that he would even open that much to her. Again, right? We know what Chris is like. We've heard it through his conversations with his parents. He does not open up like that. And I don't think he opened up like that even to Nichol Kessinger to the point where he's like, oh, she just doesn't listen to me. Oh, I'm just so neglected. Oh, no, I don't think so. I think that he was talking about his relationship and she was the one that was saying these things. She's the one basically, right, confirming it for him. Oh, that's interesting that you say that. It sounds like she's manipulating you. And so then Chris started to get the idea, oh, I think you're right. I think this is what's happening here. Again, this is all Nichol Kessinger's narrative, not Chris's. I don't agree that this is what Chris would say. Let's continue.
was that your words or his?
What the
Fell
thing?
apart.
Those
Was that your words or his?
what the
Fell
thing?
apart.
Those are mine.
Okay.
Those are mine. Those are mine. He just said that they didn't communicate very well.
I don't believe anything that she says. Basically, I believe the exact opposite. I think that what she said Chris told her was actually what she was telling
Like
Chris.
they really didn't like sleep together too much, stuff like that. But I feel like a lot of
It's exactly what we just said. I just said that. Yes, this is not what Chris was telling her, in my opinion. This is what Nichol was telling him. That's what he's telling her, just like the very basic, and she's the one adding all of this extra drama, right? She's trying to add the drama so that Chris can get it in his head that the relationship that he's in with his wife is not good. Oh, no, that is not good, Chris. Come with me. I'll take you to the sand dunes. She was basically selling herself, right? That's what she was doing. She was selling the experience that he would have. Oh, you know what it's like being with your wife, but do you know what it's like being with me, though? You might never know if you never leave them. That's the kind of relationship that I think that she was trying to have with him. Let's continue.
husbands and wives don't do that. But it was like, oh, of course you don't. That's why you're coming to me.
She poked and prodded to find any destructive qualities in their marriage so that she could use that information to turn Chris against his wife.
Yes.
The problems in the marriage were 100% fixable.
Yeah.
But she convinced Chris that they were deal breakers. Communication issues, not listening to each other, and not spending quality time together are probably the biggest complaints in relationships. Not feeling heard or appreciated is pretty common in marriages. These are definitely issues that can be worked on and improved.
Right.
Shan'ann was more than willing to put in the work to repair their relationship. though I'm not convinced that there were ever any real legit problems aside from their finances, because Chris admitted that he would have never known there was anything wrong in his marriage if he had not met Nikki Kessinger.
Yep.
Except for it's not green, but it's delicious.
Passive.
It's really, really, really good. Okay,
Again.
guys. Tomorrow morning.
The man was so passive. He may not have been enjoying all of this, but he wasn't thinking about murdering his family. He was just going to keep dealing with it in his own brain, in his own silence. He was just going to keep dealing with it. It was Nichol Kessinger, though, who actually gave him that little push that he needed.
Be prepared. I'm gonna go live.
What's the term for creating a problem, then selling the solution?
Racketeering. Racketeering. Nichol Kessinger is racketeering. Yeah.
Whatever it is, that's exactly what Nichol Kessinger was doing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's when you create a problem and then you sell the solution. It is illegal. It is illegal, but it is considered racketeering. Let's look up racketeering or racket. Yep, that is what she is. All right, let's look up racketeering. All right, here it is. All right, racketeering is the act of engaging in a coordinated, ongoing criminal enterprise or illegal scheme for financial gain. It typically involves a pattern of related crimes, so extortion, fraud, bribery, right? So, how it works, here it is. So, at its core, a racket is a systemic scheme to consistently make money illegally. Racketeers are often a problem to sell the solution. So, a protection racket where criminals threaten to damage a business unless the owner pays a fee, right? So, used to for fraud or to siphon funds. Yeah. So basically, right? It's almost like going to someone's house, and as a plumber, you're like, I'm gonna go visit my friend's house. You go to your friend's house, and you're like, oh, let me look under your sink real quick, and then you just start breaking shit, right? There's water everywhere, and you're like, oh my God, something happened with your plumbing. Luckily, I'm a plumber. Pay me, and I'll fix it for you. Really? Well, you're the one who destroyed my plumbing. You want me to pay you to fix it? You were the one who destroyed it. Yeah. So I agree with this analogy in that Nichol Kessinger is a racketeer, right? Or a racket. She basically sold the solution. She made the problem, which didn't exist in Chris's mind. He didn't have a problem with his family, but she sold it to him. She's like, Actually, you do. You do, right? You do. I think you do. You would definitely hate your family, Chris. The way they're treating you, oh, it's so bad." And then she sold the solution. The solution is, come with me. I'll treat you better, Chris. I'll take you to the Bandimere Speedway. Have you ever been? Oh my God. Thunder on the mountain, Chris. Yeah, I agree with the analogy. Perfect analogy. What do we think? Jezebel, that's another one. Yeah. Yes. What do we think, guys? Yeah. Um, Chris was maybe resented because of all the expenses because it sounds to me that the lifestyle that they had was not related to the income they had. However, under any circumstances is an excuse to the crimes. Yeah, it's not an excuse. Exactly. Yeah, he may have become resentful over the expenses and all, but again, they were having these issues way before Nichol Kessinger came into the picture. And so, even if he was resentful, he was not about to murder his family until she let him know, hey, I think you're resentful because of the financial issues. That's when it all clicked in Chris's brain, and he's like, oh, I think you're right. And up until this point, his family, right? So, meaning Cindy and Ronnie, also tried to do the same thing. They also tried to make Chris see something that wasn't real. They tried to make him see that his marriage with Shan'ann was not good, but he didn't actually listen to them. He listened to this one, to Nichol, right? Because he's playing Twister with her. So, on a very different, intimate level, he's like, oh, I think you're right. You want to go for another round of Twister? Yeah. God, what an absolute idiot. Yeah, he was conned. God, this woman is smart. I've said it before. I have said it. I give her the credit because, my goodness, how she played Chris and how she played Kevin, right? The CBI. Yeah. She's incredibly intelligent. Let's continue.
She told Chris, this, and this is what's wrong with your marriage, and I know exactly how to fix it.
Yep.
Nichol Kessinger was so desperate for a relationship that she was willing to wreck a family just so that she could get what she wanted.
Wow. Oh my God. This is Cindy too, though, right? Manipulative people do not understand the concept of boundaries. They are relentless in their pursuit of what they want, and they have no regard for who gets hurt along the way.
I believe Nichol Kessinger was getting desperate. Desperate to have what Shan'ann had. She couldn't allow this opportunity to pass her by. And one of the qualities that I think she loved about Chris Watts was that he was so easily manipulated. She could make him do whatever she wanted. He was like her own personal little robot.
Oh my God. What? Oh my God. LiDAR? The dudes that got LiDAR too? Oh my God. He can look through, he can look through mountains. What is this mountain made of? Is that granite? No, I think it's sedimentary rock, maybe. Does that look like a sandstone? Right? He's got LiDAR vision. Single arm degrees of freedom. Of course, he needs to be able to move his limbs around if he's playing Twister with Nichol Kessinger. Single leg degrees of freedom. Hollow joint. He's got hollow joints. Look, an extra large quick battery. I'm sure he has that one around. Mobility. I wonder if he definitely got his mobility in there. I mean, he's definitely like the Tin Man, right? Nichol Kessinger had a little oil to be able to squirt into his joints. Oh, Chris, you can't get your arm over to the blue. Here, you might just need a little bit of oil. Ding, 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 ding. And then Chris was like, okay, I'm ready. Should I spin again? Yeah. The twat bot. The twat bot, guys. Oh my God. Can you imagine if this is what Terminator was actually like? Oh no. This is what Skynet is going to, they're going to come after us, and this is what Skynet looks like. My name is Christopher. Twats. And he's the one coming after you. This is easy, right? I think this is an easy fight. Just kick him in the knee. Kick him in the knee. Bring your spatula and just make yourself some I don't know, some potatoes for the morning. Oh my God. Ugh, this is so insane. This is 5G. This is the 5G? No. This is single G, right? This is no G. No G at all. Oh God. What other names do we have? Shelly the Turdnator. The Turdnator, the Twatsinator. Oh my God. Oh man, you guys are so funny. Lisa's cooking dinner. You got your spatula ready? I hope you're not making any mashed potatoes, right? No mashed potatoes. Okay. Oh God. Oh, this is so insane. This is not gonna work. Oh. Let's continue.
And this
Death
is why
camera.
I put Chris
Oh,
Watts'
God.
face on a sheep.
There he
Because
is.
he is so submissive. He can't think for himself. He blindly and mindlessly does whatever he's told without thinking. And Nichol Kessinger became the shepherd.
Nichol Kessinger is the shepherd. Chris Watts is the sheep. That's why he kept saying, well, there's lots of sheep out there, me included. Lots of cows, lots of cow shit too, me included. Yeah, it's because he was a sheep.
Nicole Kessinger had a really hard time with the idea of having to share Chris Watts with his wife. She didn't want to be the other woman.
Not at
Once she
all.
realized she would always be second fiddle to his wife. This realization caused some arguments that Chris described as having to talk her off a ledge.
Yeah.
A lot of things, like when she realized that, okay, like she's the other person in the relationship, that, you know, I always put my wife first over her, and that's what kind of made her take a step back a few times, and then like I had to kind of like calm her down.
Tell me about those times. What'd that look like?
So the first one was probably around July 4th when I had to leave her house, because she wanted to kind of spend most of the day together before she went to like a baseball game or something. And like when I had to leave, it kind of just, she said, just made her like kind of take a step back and wonder what she was doing. And I just, you know, told her like, hey, you know, just because of what's going, like, just because I had to leave doesn't mean like, you know, you have to just take a step. I was like comforting her at some point. I don't even know why I was doing it. Maybe I knew I was too far gone at that point, but it was.
This is Shannann's pissed. She's called you 10 times. You were sleeping.
Yeah.
You took your day off.
Yeah.
And then you go outside to talk to her on the phone and tell Nikki that you need to go home just in case she calls back and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what did she say to you, Nikki?
She was in the shower. She said, okay. And then that's like, when I talk about like, I calm her down, she's on the phone.
And was she like, we're
What?
breaking up, like we're not gonna, I can't do this,
She
or-
said like she didn't want to, like she didn't think it was safe or feel good for us to see each other anymore that day. Like she didn't think it was safe. She didn't think it was safe. She didn't think it was safe, or feel good for us to see each other anymore that day. Like the rest of that day, just because of all that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then she asked me to come over like later on after she got back from her baseball game.
And so you did that?
In a letter to Sherilyn Cadle, Chris Watts went into more detail. He explained that Nikki had later actually showed up at his house.
Yeah.
She allowed Dieter to lead her up the stairs, where she saw a picture of Shan'ann and one of the girls. Although a lot of people speculate that Nikki had actually seen a picture of baby Nico's sonogram. And this must have been a huge blow to her self-esteem. When she saw that house and pictures of his beautiful family, I think she thought, there's no way I can compete with this.
Yes. Yes. 100%. Oh my God. Yes, I agree with this. Every single word spoken here, I agree with 100%. Let's go ahead and look at it. Let's go ahead and look. Look at that. NK meltdown. And then pulled up to your place text. She pulled up to his place as soon as she had her little meltdown. Why? Why do we think? All right, let's go ahead and pause here for a second. What do we think? All right. I think this is what happened, right? Nicole Kessinger had a meltdown because Chris was talking to Shan'ann. Chris just said, I don't even know why I was comforting her at that point. I think I was already too far gone, he says, right? So in his head, Chris is already saying, I was too far gone. I was already, you know, connected with this woman at this point, maybe in love, in lust, right? We know it was lust, but he thinks he's in love. So he's like, oh my God, I was already, you know, trying to comfort her. And so because of that, and because he was talking to Shan'ann, he went home. He left. He left Nicole's apartment and went to his house. Nicole then says, right, she has her little meltdown and says, if you're going to talk to your family, then you can't talk to me today, okay? If you're going to ignore everything that we're doing, if you're going to just get up and leave while we're having breakfast together so that you can talk to your wife, then I don't think we should see each other anymore. And then Chris said, okay. And he left. What could that have done to Nicole Kessinger? One of two things, right? She could have either taken that as, oh, I guess this man isn't interested in me, and she could have left. She could have stopped pursuing him and said, yeah, I'm not going to win this fight. But two, right, the other thing that she could have done is internalized it. Said, okay, so this man left. Let me remind him that I'm here. And because she saw that she was rejected by Chris by him going back home and leaving her apartment, she then shows up to his place unannounced, uninvited. She says, I'm here. I pulled up to your place. Actually, I don't think I want you to leave me. I'm going to keep pursuing this. And that's exactly what she did. What do we think? Yeah, she ran right to his house. Let's go ahead and pull up that text message so that we can have it up on screen while we're talking about this. Um, yeah, because I just like to have the evidence while we're talking about it so that we can visualize it, right? Like I said, I like to visualize things. I like to make sure that whatever we have, it is backed up by the evidence. So let's go ahead and pull up those text messages real quick. So let's see here. It's not that one. Are we bad people? Get home safe. Let's see. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. So this was around the 4th. Are we bad people? It's not that one. No, not that one either. All right, I'm just looking here. All right, here it is. Found it. Pulled up to your place. You guys see it? Yeah, pulled up to your place. Just pulled up to your place, and this is here. But look at this. Okay. Actually, now that we're seeing it, it's not Nichol Kessinger texting him. It's Chris texting her. So, okay, Nichol went to his house because we know that. Okay, hold on. Let's go ahead and pull up Nicole's phone logs. All right, let's go ahead and pull up Nicole's phone logs because oh crap, we don't have them. Oh my goodness. All right, so this is where it becomes tricky, right? Because we don't have her phone logs from back in like August, beginning of August, which is strange to me because this relationship started back in June. So why didn't the police get her phone logs from before? Anyway, okay, so we can't verify that. Okay, so we know because Nichol said it and Chris said it that she did show up to his house after her meltdown. However, this text is coming from Chris to her. So she went to his house that morning and then they spent some time together. And then Chris pulled up to her place that same night. So that same night, he ends up going back to her house. All right, let's go ahead and add that to the calendar. Yeah, I think that this is important here. Okay, let's go ahead and add this. Okay, so the pulled up to your place text actually came from Chris. So it's Chris to her at 11 p.m. So what were they doing? I wonder. What were they doing? All right, so this is from Chris to NK, just so that we don't get those confused anymore. Okay, so pulled up to your text from Chris to NK at, let's just put here 11 p.m. so that we can remember. I don't know why I did that. Okay, there we go. 11 p.m. All right. Let's go ahead and save that. Okay, what is going on when it comes to the actual day? Do we have a GPS for that? I don't think so. We could look into the GPS for this, actually. Yeah, on the 4th. Yes, the 4th of July. So this is 7/4 at 11:02 p.m. So Chris is letting her know that he pulled up to her place. So I wonder. All right, let's look at the day again. Let's look at this very closely here. I'm going to go ahead and, pull up the day instead so that we can see it. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, let's take this hour by hour, I guess, if we can. Okay, so fireworks. Chris went to the fireworks with his friends. Let's remember that. He went to the fireworks with his friends. And so it looks like after he went to the fireworks with his friends, he then pulled up to Nichol Kessinger's place. Okay. But Nichol Kessinger had the meltdown. She went to Chris's house, showed up to his house. That is when Nichol Kessinger says that she doesn't remember if she went in through the front door or through the garage. Do we remember that? Do we need to bring it up? I can bring it up in one of my videos, but I have to figure out which one it is. So Nichol Kessinger says, yeah, I showed up. That was the first time I came over. And if I remember correctly, Nichol Kessinger said that when she showed up, Chris's door, so his door was kind of open, but she couldn't get in through the front door because he was cleaning, supposedly, right? He had moved the furniture in front of the door, and so she couldn't get in. And so then she says that when she walked in, they sat on the floor, and then he was making chicken and carrots for dinner. Do we remember that? Those were her words, her own words. That is what she says that she did on July 4th. Showed up to his house. They sat on the floor, supposedly, and that he was making chicken and carrots. That is where the chicken and carrots comes from, right? It's her own statements, her own testimony. So, what happened after? She looked around the house and then she went home, and then Chris hung out with friends. Is this what's happening? Yeah, right? Yeah, on the carpet. Yeah, supposedly he was cleaning the carpet. He was cleaning the carpet? How was he cleaning the carpet? The man was at Nichol Kessinger's house. He got a call from Shan'ann. Then he goes home and he starts cleaning the carpet. And then Nichol Kessinger shows up. And this is where I have actually suspected that I think that the person who was actually cleaning the carpet, it was either Chris, but it was done after the crimes were committed, or Nichol Kessinger was the one cleaning up the carpet. Boops. Yeah, he probably had not overridden the Vivint at that point and couldn't have her come in the front door. Boops. You are so, oh my God. Yes. That is such a good point. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the month now. See, this is why I love doing this with you all. Y'all are so sharp. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The Vivint. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. So, Nichol Kessinger has a meltdown, shows up at his house. And then on Friday, Shan'ann is asking Chris to fix the Vivint. Boops. Thank you so much for pointing this out. Yeah, I think that we're going to go with this. I think that the reason that Nichol Kessinger says that she can't remember, did I go in through the window or through the wall or through the chimney or under the house? I can't remember. Yeah, it's because she couldn't go in through the front door or the garage. So that means that she didn't go in through the door or the garage because the Vivint would have caught her. So that means that she would have had to go in somewhere else, right? Through the back? Was it through the side? Through the basement? What do we think? Chris had to make sure NK's DNA was in there. No crabs left behind. Oh my God. Yeah, Chris has got a bucket. He's making sure he's got all of them. Is that one? Oh, gotta grab this crab. Oh, there's another one there. Yeah, making sure that they're not just crawling all over the walls. Oh my God, they're getting out of control. Yeah, he would have had to call an exterminator to come over. Oh, excuse me, sir. How did you get crabs in Colorado? Did you bring them over from California? Right? Like he's wondering, like, how did you get all these crabs in here? It's Colorado. We don't even have an ocean here. Those are actually from my girlfriend. Oh, God. Yes, Erikisa, through the basement window, right? Oh, my God. Every time, there's always something new, isn't there? Yeah, she slithered in through the window. That's the correct term. Yeah, she slithered in. All right. So let's go ahead and add a little asterisk here. Yeah, shall we? Let's go ahead and add something to this day. This is interesting. Okay. So NK goes to Chris Watts' house, right? She shows up to the house, but the Vivint is still active. The Vivint apparently goes off maybe on the Thursday because Shan'ann realizes, hey, I can't see the house. I can't log into my Vivint and I can't see what you're doing. Yeah, it's because Chris Watts was already messing with it, right? Yeah, all along the East Coast. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah, the crabs all along the East Coast, all the way from Maine, all the way down to Florida, you know, the East Coast. Yeah. I think that's all the East Coast, I think. Yeah, all the crabs, all the lobsters, all the shellfish coming from Maine. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so NK goes to Chris Watts's house. All right, let's go ahead and add that to the calendar because it's part of it. So Chris Watts or NK goes to the house, she has a meltdown. And where does she go in through? That's what I wanted to add. I forgot that. There it is. Completely forgot. Let's go ahead and make this green. And let's add in the notes. Where did Dud Where does she go in through? All right, that's the question. Where does she go in through? Because she didn't go in through the front nor the garage. She herself says, I don't remember. Was it the front? I don't know. And now we're seeing that the Vivint was still on. And so it's likely that she went in through the basement door. Wow. Yeah, even Gia agrees, huh? Gia. Oh, baby. Yeah, she agrees. She's like, I agree. I've been telling you that for months now. Sorry, I didn't hear you. I sometimes don't understand what you're saying, Gia. Yeah. Yeah, look at this, though. Interesting, right? Hmm. All right. Wow. Let's continue. That's crazy.
He already has a family. He already has a wife. He doesn't need you. He's already created a beautiful life with someone else. You can't have him. You're not good enough. He'll never leave her. He's just stringing you along. You're just his side piece. He doesn't love you. He'll get bored with you and then he'll forget all about you. You should just let him go. Let him go. Let him go. So while Nichol was wandering around in their home, these are just a few of the photos that she would have seen. And this is when I think she really started to question whether Chris would really leave his wife for her. She got really upset, and this is when she told him, I thought I could give you a son.
All this happened. I hope so. We will see. I forgot what I was going to say. Are you guys? Am I in trouble because I related to sex?
That's a very good question about the garage door opener and how he took it to work. Huh. That's a very good question. So he took the garage opener with him to work because the pad wasn't working, right? Again, how convenient that nothing was working when it came to Vivint. The pad right to the garage door wasn't working. The Vivint was not working properly, all of these things, and then he takes the garage door opener with him. I think that's yeah. Hmm. Very good question. But yeah. Yeah, I think he took it with him because he had messed with the garage, and so the only way that he can actually get in, because again, Chris knew he knew that the front door was closed, right? It was locked, but it was also locked from the inside. They had put the actual the physical lock so that the door doesn't open. And so he knew that when he got home, if he tried to open the front door, he wasn't going to be able to get in. So he needed the garage opener to be able to get into the garage. Now, I think that all of this, obviously, in my opinion, all of it was part of the plan. I mean, he knew that the front door was going to be closed. And then he knew that the garage door wasn't working because he already messed with it. So the only way to get back in his house would be by taking the garage opener. Wow. But yeah, he could have opened it from his truck. Yeah. Yeah, lots of good questions, guys. Lots of good questions. Very, yeah, that's very sus. Wow, we have a lot of good questions today.
You're not in trouble.
I didn't know what was going on at that point.
So, I know, does that cause question?
Of course
it does. There is, but is it criminal?
This
No.
is a good example of Nichol Kessinger playing mind games because she had told Chris Watts that she wasn't even sure that she wanted children at all. But here she is saying that she had hoped she could give him a son.
Yeah.
So what was the second one like?
It was basically about the same thing. She was, I didn't really know it at one point, but I guess she had set up a couple dates with like some eHarmony app or something, and they never showed up. And she'd already made plans with me, and
Wait, what do you mean? She set up dates when she had plans with you?
yeah.
Why would she?
Oh my God. How is this not manipulation? This man is so stupid. He's so dumb, isn't he? How is this not obvious to him that this woman is manipulating him? She's setting up dates to make him jealous so that Chris can feel jealous, so that he can feel pressured to leave his family. Again, Nichol Kessinger is doing this so that Chris can see that Nichol is willing to move on from him. And at this point, Chris is already so hooked that he's going to do everything in his power so that Nichol won't leave him for another man. Come on. Nichol wasn't actually dating other men for real. Like, she wasn't seriously dating and trying to find other men to be with. No, she found her target, and it was him that she wanted, not other guys. She already found one that was okay with the crabs. What, she's going to go find another guy? Hey, sir, do you have an allergy to shellfish? Oh, you do? Oh, I guess it's over then. Oh, don't even ask. No, I don't even like shellfish. I'm just asking if you have an allergy to it. She's not going to be doing that on her dates. She already found her man. Come on. This was all for manipulation purposes. Wow.
She do that?
I guess she kind of figured out they weren't going to show up. She went, I guess, I guess when she went to the baseball game, they never showed up, and there was another one and never showed up either.
So she's actively dating other people?
She's actively dating other people. The other one didn't show up. She's telling Chris, oh, he didn't show up. Is this true? I mean, if it were true and the man sees, right, and he's swiping and he's like, what is that lobster doing in the back of her head? Does she have pet lobsters? I'm just going to swipe away, actually. I'm not even going to show up. Is that what was happening? They saw her and they're like, actually, I don't know. She's a little crazy. She does seem a little crazy, maybe a little murderous. She might plan some things and then take me to prison for it. And that's why they didn't show up. Or is she lying? Is she telling him, oh, they didn't show up? Oh, but I am actively trying to date some man. God, he's so dumb.
Oh, are you guys together?
So, like, a couple weeks later.
How did you find out? What'd she say?
I don't know about you guys, but I found this part coming up a little bit funny because Kessinger is actually lying to Chris about setting up some dates on an app called eHarmony in an attempt to make him jealous. And Chris cares so little about what she's saying that he falls asleep in the middle of their conversation.
It was one conversation where I actually kind of fell asleep on the couch, and then like she had told me like I'm not sure why she even told me about it, but it was very random, and she could tell it kind of like took me back a little bit because I figured she would have told me that if she was actively still like looking around.
He's describing this as a fight, one of the fights that him and Nikki got into. But it doesn't really sound like a fight. He just says that it took him back a little bit.
I mean, she didn't have to tell me, but I figured
Do you think she told you though so that it would hurry you up and
make a decision.
you're making a decision?
It might have been.
Bingo. Tammy hit the nail on the head with that one. Everything she did during this period of time was to hurry him up, to push him in the direction that she wanted him to go.
Do you think she told you though so that it would hurry you up and
make a decision.
you're making?
Chris fell asleep. Wow. So Chris was falling asleep as she's telling him all these things, and then as he's like, I'm just a little tired. Hold on. I'm just gonna rest my eyelids real quick. And then Nichol Kessinger's like, by the way, Chris, I'm dating other men on eHarmony. Wake up. Wake up, potato head. I'm dating other men. And Chris is like, what? Did they show up? Oh, they didn't? Okay, well, that's all that matters. Wow. Oh my God. I did not know this. Did you guys know this? That Chris is falling asleep while he's hanging out with Nichol Kessinger. It was probably all the twister that they were having. They're like, I don't have any more energy, Nikki. I can really only go to for round 2. You know that I can only go for like a minute. I don't have any more energy for the rest of the day. And so Nicole Kessinger's like, let me wake him up. I'm going to tell him about a date that I had on eHarmony. eHarmony, out of all places, right? eHarmony. How insane. This cannot get any more satirical here. eHarmony. Not Plenty of Fish, right? Not Hinge, not Bumble. No. eHarmony. Oh, she wants to make sure that she is in a harmonious relationship with a man. All right, let's go ahead and look it up real quick. Oh, man. Get who gets you. Start free today. Have you tried online dating before? I'm new to it. Once or twice. I'm an online dating pro. Here we go. She is on eHarmony, the #1 trusted dating app. Every 14 minutes, someone finds love on eHarmony. Highest quality dating pool. Well, no wonder she wasn't getting any dates because it's supposed to be a high quality dating pool and she was not one of those. So, all right, look at this. Oh my God. Over 2 million have found love. She's on eHarmony. Really? Why not? What's the other one? There's another, what is the other app where people go on? Not POF, but Farmers Only. Yes. Nichol is on Farmers Only. I want to be a farmer. Oil well workers only, right? Oh man. Yeah, exactly. Who uses eHarmony anymore? Isn't this from like the early 2000s, right? Very, very early 2000. Wow. Anyway, I just wanted to show you all that. I wanted to see what Nichol was supposedly looking at when she was dating. They didn't show up, Chris. I guess I'm not quality.
She never had anybody that actually tried to like fix things as far as like, hey, like I like where we're at as far as like a relationship goes, and actually like I did stuff for her around the house, around her little apartment. Nobody's ever done that. She thought it was different.
His family was in the way of Chris having the ability to make all of Nikki's dreams come true.
You know what I tell him? I'm like, I'm simple too, so if you end up doing that and we end up staying together, let's do it. But it was never like, sell your house, let's go buy a house. I mean, it was like a thing where it was like offhandedly, like one day maybe this will happen. But again, it was like these were...
Chris gave Nikki a card specifically referencing making dreams come true. A year of stuff you love to do and brand new dreams to make come true. Chris Watts was aware of what Nikki's dreams were. He knew exactly what she wanted. He wrote, big things will happen this year. Dreams will come true.
I'm trying to find out how to do all
really
this
big
stuff,
things.
Spending all my savings, saving up for a house, and I'm just like, damn it. And I finally got it, and all this happened. And I finally got it, and all this happened.
I think he was frustrated by the fact that they could be doing a lot better financially, and she, from the vibe that I got, had really bad spending habits. She just likes to spend money, like a lot of it. It was a lifestyle that she liked to live, like very, like materialistic kind of lifestyle. She's really posse, and she usually shuts me out. Realistic kind of lifestyle.
Wanted to
Like
project a certain image.
Yes, all the time.
Bossy.
Nicole Kessinger said that she didn't really meddle in Chris and Shan'ann's relationship, but that's not true at all.
I don't try to like interfere with how those two interact. But I did ask about it because I'm just curious. And I think the only reason that he even provided me with that information is because I asked.
Yeah.
I asked.
Okay. You said something about
Tons of contradictions here, right? Tons of contradictions. He only told me because I asked. Yeah, he's not actually giving her any of this information. He's not willingly telling her everything that is going on in his relationship. He's only telling her because she is the one asking. Oh, again, contradiction after contradiction. This woman, she can't even keep her lies straight.
being controlling or
Bossy.
That's
what he said. Bossy. And he told me, he's like, when I try to talk to her, he's like, she's really bossy and she usually shuts me out. And he's like, when she does that, He's like, I just let it go. And I was just like, all right. Because I would never put myself in a situation where someone was like, you know what, we're going to live in this house that costs like double what we can afford, and that's how it's going to be, because I want everybody to think we're fancy. Because I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I mean, to me, like, I wouldn't put up with somebody doing that. And she, like, doesn't acknowledge him.
I want to do that. 2 seconds, like, literally, she's already getting done. She kicks Dieter off and then gets back in my spot. Leaves me. So, he's not getting up here. Dieter.
I believe Nichol Kessinger became obsessed with Shan'ann. I believe she watched her lives. I think she became crazy jealous of her.
I agree.
And that just added to her frustration, and this whole thing began to take a toll on her.
I'm kind of rambling. I don't even know if I'm making any sense at all.
I agree.
But that right there is why I will continue what I do. I will continue fighting. I will continue.
He told me, he's like, you know, I feel like my paycheck goes in my bank account and I just watch it go like this. He's like, but it doesn't have to. He's like, she makes it like that. I think he was frustrated by the fact that they could be doing a lot better financially, and she, from the vibe that I got, had really bad spending habits. It was a life.
Great minds think alike, right? Yeah, she's a financial advisor. She's a realtor. She's a physical fitness trainer. She's all of the above. She's a martyr. She's also a victim. All of it, right? She's a racket. She also sells the solution to the problem that she is creating. All of the above. Wow.
Lifestyle that she liked to live, like very, like materialistic kind of lifestyle.
I believe these are her opinions. Exactly, not Chris. These are her opinions. I agree with this statement 100%. I think that she's the one who walked into that house for the first time on July 4th, looked around and said, "You live here? Hold on. I know how much you make. How do you afford all this? Wait, is that really her closet? Those are all of her shoes? What? No wonder you don't have any money, Chris. Yeah, that's probably why you're always so broke. I can't believe that she's buying all this stuff. You can't even afford it. Oh my God. I wonder, how stressed are you? I bet this causes a lot of stress, right? Oh, it doesn't? I think it does. I think it's probably because you just haven't realized that it causes stress. I'm here to tell you that it causes you stress. Oh my God. Again, I think that all of this was put into Chris's brain. I don't think that he was smart enough to really acknowledge that this is what was going on in his life. He was okay with it though, but he wasn't willing to actually talk about it with a therapist. But it just became really intensified when Nichol came into the picture. That is when it all started to click. He's like, "Oh my God, I think you're right. Oh my God, yeah. Well, now that we're at the Bandemere, I liked that way more fun than taking care of kids." Oh my goodness. Again, let me know what you guys think, but I agree with this entire video. This is actually very, very good, very well put together. Not a lot of those crazy AI images, this one, but I'm glad that we're going through it because we can then match with our calendar.
Wanted to project a certain image.
Yes, all the time. And he said that that was why they got that house too. It's like she wants everybody to think that we live a certain way and that we can like sustain all this stuff. And he's like, and we can't. He voiced his concern where it's just like financially, I'm in a very bad spot that I don't need to be in, but I'm stuck in. And that was kind of where he was at. He said that
BS.
he comes home from work and he tries to talk to her and she'll just be like, 1 minute, I'm on the phone. Or she'll like scroll through social media and she like doesn't acknowledge him. And he said that he'd addressed it with her a few times, and he's
She doesn't acknowledge him. Yeah, she's a marriage counselor here. She doesn't acknowledge him. I don't think that Chris was walking into the house and wanting to talk to Shan'ann. What is he going to talk to her about? Come on. I mean, we've seen him walk into the house and he's like, Pink? Does that mean it's girls? I mean, what kind of conversation are you going to have with an idiot who looks at the pregnancy test and automatically assumes that just because it's pink, it means it's a girl? Who would want to have a conversation with something like that? I mean, come on. Again, what conversations were Nichol Kessinger and Chris Watts having? Pink means it's for girls. That's about the only knowledge that the guy had.
He said he'd addressed it with her a few times, and he said it just fell on deaf ears. He's like, they just kind of like fell apart.
Okay.
Just kind of drifted apart.
Was that your words or his?
What?
It fell apart.
Those are mine.
Okay.
Those are mine.
Okay.
Right? Actually, now that you ask, those were my words. Yeah. Kevin clocked it. The one thing I will say, right? Give the man credit where credit is due. I will say, yeah, he clocked that one. He's like, wait a minute. Is he saying this or are you the one saying this? That was me. That was actually me. That's me saying that. Yeah, that was her saying that all the time. I think that the entire thing, all of it, everything surrounding Shan'ann and what she was saying about her, bossing, those were her words, not Chris's. Her words. That's how she saw Shan'ann. Again, this is the person who can't say her name. Seagulling. Yes, seagulling. Yeah. What else do we have? And turns out they only owed $375,000 on the house. If they had just waited until 2020, the housing market would have been great for them financially. Yeah, less than 2 years and they would have been okay. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Again, when it comes to the financial issues, sure, yeah, they can create tons of problems. I mean, yeah, of course, right? It's actually one of the main reasons for divorce. But, those things can, you can eventually, file for bankruptcy, find ways around it. You don't murder your family for it, though. You don't murder them for it. Again, he did not murder his family because of finances. Otherwise, he would have unalived himself as well. Statistically, that's what happens when it comes to family annihilators. In this case, however, he didn't unalive himself because it wasn't about finances. It was about him starting a new life with his mistress. It was very selfish. It was all for him.
Those are mine. He just said that they didn't communicate very well. And it wasn't in a aggressive way communicate. It was just the fact that they didn't like communicate.
They
didn't talk.
Yeah, they had children and
they didn't communicate at all. Like at all. They didn't communicate at all, guys. She says that as she's being possessed by a demon. They didn't communicate at all. Oh my God. All of her acting, right? Insane. This whole interview was so cringe because of how she acts.
Was I ever mentioned?
Nichol Kessinger is gaslighting us. She was gaslighting the detectives.
Like, I care. Like, I care. I do. Like, despite how messy this is and how I'm sure I'm going to be betrayed in the meeting and everything, like, I care about, like, his well-being with his children and all of that. And so...
Okay, let's just believe her, guys. Oh, we've just been so mean. She actually cares. She does. She sounds so convincing. She definitely cares, doesn't she? I care. I do. Believe me that I care. People are going to think I'm the mistress and all of this, but I want to let everybody know I care. She can't even say the word. She's like, I care. Yeah, she's struggling to even say the word, I care.
Screenshot of some rainbow unicorn Lucky Charms the other day. It was like, do your daughters know about these? Because I bet these are epic. Like, little things like that. She needs to do this and she needs to do that. But I'm very calm when I talk to people. It's like extremely rational when I handle situations. I take a step back.
When she realized that, okay, like she's the other person in the relationship, that, I always put my wife first over her. And that's what kind of made her take a step back a few times.
Take a step back.
And then, like, I had to kind of like calm her down. When she realized that, I always put my wife first over her, I had to kind of like calm her down. I always put my wife first over her, I had to kind of like calm her down. Okay, like she's the other person in the relationships, and then, like, I had to kind of like calm her down.
This is typical mistress behavior. Mistresses often become competitive with the wife, and they think of the married man as a prize to be won.
Like, I think I was like a breath of fresh air for him, where it was like he could get away.
A breath of fresh air for him.
Chris Watts might have ended the fling with Nikki as soon as he was reunited with his family, But Nikki couldn't allow that to happen.
Mhm.
When Chris was reunited with his family, she demanded even more that he spend time with her. She complained when he couldn't take her calls, even after telling him, allegedly, to go and rehab his marriage.
Right.
Chris Watts was in a state of confusion. He couldn't figure out exactly what Nichol wanted from him.
Mhm.
It was at the Lazy Dog restaurant when Chris and Nikki had their very last date. This is one of the instances that Chris has always called a turning point.
Yes! Yes. This is the turning point. We are getting to it. I know this is, we have gone into another hour of our live stream. Hey, it happens. This one is going to be a long live stream because we have to get into the ultimatum, and we are getting into it now. We are looking into the lazy dog. Chris has said that this is the turning point. He said it in his interview. Ronnie mentioned it because Chris mentioned it to him on his drive to the police station. This was the turning point. The lazy dog. Yeah. The lazy dog is when Chris decided, holy shit, I guess I have to murder my family. Now, what happened at the lazy dog? That's the question in all of our minds. Now, let's go ahead and look at a never before seen footage of them at the lazy dog. Yeah, that's them at the lazy dog. So, what happened at the lazy dog? What happened? Why was this the turning point? Let's go ahead and listen to what they say, and then we're going to go ahead and pull up our calendar and look at this part very, very closely. Let's continue.
A moment, a crossroads, a moment of truth. So what happened? What did they talk about? The only thing that makes sense is that Nikki Kessinger issued Chris Watts an ultimatum. A final demand or statement of terms, the rejection of which will result in retaliation or a breakdown in the relationship.
The plan.
An ultimatum is a final demand attached to a threat. Like, if you don't do it, I'll never speak to you again.
Mm-hmm.
The word ultimatum means final.
Yep.
It is serious business. What were the terms of the ultimatum? What was she demanding? What did she want Chris to do? Do what, or I'll what? Tell your wife about me, or I'll tell her?
Yeah.
File for a divorce? Sign a lease on a new place, or I'm calling your wife? Get rid of your family, or else.
Someone's not gonna force him to do it. If he doesn't want to do it, don't do it. Just
if you want to, don't do it. I didn't force him to do it. If you want to do it, just don't do it. All right, well, let's go ahead and pull up the calendar, okay? Calendar time. Yes, Boops, thank you for bringing that up. Yes, they went to the lazy dog a few days, right? So exactly 2 days after Chris went to the ultrasound, they saw the baby, the heartbeat, and they went to the lazy dog. So are we to believe that this became kind of the ultimatum because they saw that the baby is still alive, right? Shan'ann is still pregnant. That means that the baby is on his way. And with that came Chris going back to his life as a dad, especially welcoming a new baby. Of course, Chris is not going to leave his family while Shan'ann is pregnant and about to have a baby. So he didn't want to be the bad guy. He couldn't leave his family then. So what is the other option? What would be the ultimatum? Chris, you either leave your family this week or I'm going to tell her. I'm going to tell everyone what you're doing. I think it was more of a threat to expose Chris and expose his little twister outings with Nichol Kessinger and all the other little things that we suspect about Chris. I think that's what scared him more than Nichol Kessinger leaving him, I think. You guys let me know what you think, but I mean, we heard from the man himself. He was falling asleep while she's talking to him. He's like, I don't care. I'm just tired. So again, I think that for him, it was way scarier knowing or, believing that if Nichol Kessinger told everyone about him, that it would embarrass him. I mean, as we know, Chris cared more about what his coworkers thought about him than what he actually did to his family. He cared about his image, very similar to what his parents care about, right? Cindy Watts only cares about her image. So, we're connecting a lot of dots here, right? I think that, yeah, he cared about his image more. And so I think that it may have been a threat to expose him and all of his little backdoor twister games with friends and all the other stuff that they were doing together, obviously the infidelity and the adultery and the fact that they were having an affair for so long. But what do you guys think? What do you think? Should we put up a poll for this one? We're going to continue watching, but I want to put up a poll. I want to see what you guys think when it comes to the lazy dog dinner date, because I have my own thoughts and I haven't really asked you guys on, what you think was, the conversation was actually about. I want to know. I want to hear your thoughts on what you think the conversation actually was about. So yeah, let's continue. I'll put up a poll.
Say no, and I was like, and for me, I was like,
Chris Watts had gotten himself in quite the predicament. He had a decision to make. Does he choose his family that he has spent almost a decade building a life with, or does he choose his mistress that he's only been dating for 6 weeks, allegedly? This should've and would've probably been an easy choice to make had Nichol Kessinger not been such a masterful manipulator. Had she not known exactly what to do to push him into making the decisions that she wanted him to make. Chris Watts made both women believe that all of their dreams would come true, and both women got quite literally the opposite of what they were expecting.
I am super, super, super pumped about 2018. 2018 is my year. I'm claiming it. It is my year. Everything I want for my family is happening in 2018, or at least it's going to be in process. I have a lot of goals and dreams for my family, and one of them is to give my kids the best that they can get as far as living life, enjoying one another, creating memories as a family.
And there it is. After my family was gone, I just thought, now I'm free to be with Nikki. That's exactly what Chris Watts said. Twistifer. Twatty twats. All right, we're almost done with this video, but I just want to go ahead and ask you all. The question is, what was the lazy dog dinner about? And I have two options. I want to hear more about your guys' opinions and just more options. The first one is the plan, that they were going by an hour by hour planning, right? They actually got together and planned out what they were going to do together that Monday to get rid of the family. The second one is blackmail. I will expose you, Chris. You better do something about your family, or else I'm going to tell everybody what you've been doing with me during our twister nights. Something like that, maybe exposing and, telling everybody about, the affair. What do we think another option would be? What else could they possibly be talking about? The menu? Of course not, right? Really? How do they make these eggs? Oh, I wonder what kind of skillet they use. I wonder what kind of spatula. Is it the one from Ross? Is that what they're talking about? No, of course not. They're not talking about the food. They're not talking about the menu. What do we think? That they're talking about finances? Possibly, right? But again, it's as part of the pressure. It's part of the pressure. There was a video of one of their friends said that Bella said, we dug a hole. Yeah, I've been wanting to go down that one as well, but macros. Yes, were they talking about their macros? Yeah, I've been wanting to go down the rabbit hole of that question or, Bella saying that they were digging a hole. I just haven't been able to find anything that verifies it. I mean, there's no piece of information that I have found unless you guys have it. And if you do, please send it my way. Put it in a link. If there is a video or something of someone saying this, please let me know because I haven't seen it. Yeah, there's blackmail. Yeah. I had no plan to, yep. Ronnie says something about Shan'ann Watts finding out a place. Yeah, I can't understand him, but Chris Watts confesses. Yeah, at the birthday party. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, so I know that Bella said, or, probably said these things, right? But do we have the link where we know that Bella said this at the birthday party? Because I haven't seen it. Um, yeah, what else? They were talking about their macros. Oh, Chris, give me your app. You're gaining a little weight there. I think you're not on track anymore. Give me your app, Chris. I'll help you with that. Is the poll up yet? No, I'm asking. I want to ask just one more question. What's the last one? Let's just go ahead and add macros. They were talking about their macros, even though that's not it. All right, the poll is up now. All right, there it is. All right, what was going on? Was the lazy dog dinner? What was it about? Was it the plan, or was it blackmail? Awesome. Macros. We have 17% are talking about macros. Of course, right? They are at the Lazy Dog, probably one of the most unhealthy restaurants to go to, and they're talking about macros. That makes sense. Make sure that you only eat ice, Chris. Just ice. That's all you can handle right now. Just H2O molecules. That's it, Chris. No calories for you. Is that what's going on? The little boy from Lindstrom, I pictured them in a hole. I don't know why. Oh, right. Yes, I've seen that too. Yeah, a bit of both. Yes, Shelly. Yes. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Yeah, right? Because if you're planning the murder, then there's also the blackmail, right? So it could be both as well, right? A little bit of both. Yeah, absolutely. Is it a sports bar? It is. Yeah. So the Lazy Dog is a sports bar. All right. It is, just think of it as, I don't know, what is another sports bar type of restaurant? I've been there a few times. It's like whatever, not my favorite. Um, I like their asparagus dip, maybe. What else? I think that's it. Yeah. The Lazy Dog is a sports bar. Nothing special. Burgers, they all have the same menu, so I find it interesting that they went to one Lazy Dog because they didn't like the menu, so then they went to another one. It's insane, I don't believe it. But, yeah, this is Lazy Dog, right? Just burgers, it's a burger joint. Yeah. Yeah, what were they talking about, burgers? Can you make this burger, Chris? You think you can do this on your little grill? No, I don't think they were talking about burgers. Yeah. Bye, Lisa. The birthday boy say he imagined them in a hole and he didn't know why. Hmm. They ate salmon. So not the chicken and carrots. I still think Jim dropped Nikki off so she could enter through the back that evening. Same. It's the physical manifestation of divorced dads. The menus are the same. I looked it up. Exactly. They are. They're chain restaurants. Like, of course, that yeah, they all have the same menu. So it's very interesting that she said the menu. I just didn't like the menu. We went to another one. Okay, it's the same menu. They went to the second Lazy Dog because they probably saw somebody and they knew Shan'ann in the first one. That's a good one, Alexia. Thank you for that. Yeah, a lot of people have brought this up that maybe they were meeting someone, maybe they were meeting Jim and they met at the wrong one. Maybe they went to the first Lazy Dog, they saw someone that they recognized and they were like, nope, we need to get out of here. They're going to see us here. So they went to another one. Yeah, all possible points, right? Really good points. Kevin didn't even pick up on that. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Just Josie. Even that. Like, hold up. You went to Lazy Dog and you're saying that you didn't like the menu, but they're the same menu. Oh, what a newbie. What a noob. Anyway, let's continue. We're almost done with this one here.
People keep telling me I look like Nicole Kessinger, probably because they want me to drink a tall glass of bleach, but just for funsies, here's my impression of her. Did people hate Amber Frey? I think I'm good.
I think to myself.
Wow. That must suck to look like Nicole Kessinger. Imagine you're out at a bar and you're like, Nikki? Is that you, Nikki? No. Oh my God. That must, yeah, poor girl. Poor girl. Wow. Having to look like Nicole Kessinger. Oh no, I think I went to the wrong one. Yeah. Yeah, they went to the wrong Lazy Dog, just like Chris was in the wrong hole. Oh,
Uh-oh. It's not this time, Nikki? No. At our next Twister date? Okay. Oops. Sorry. I got confused. It's dark in here. You know, the lights have to be off. It's the only way that you can find it. I know. I'm sorry. Is that what's going on? They went to the lazy dog. Whoop, we gotta get out. Oh my God. Kevin was terrible. Let's continue.
If I wasn't in that man's life, would his family still be alive?
Yeah,
I
the
think
answer is
they
yes.
might be alive, but not permanently. I do not think that this man just snapped. I don't think that he just met some fucking amazing woman and he was just gonna try to his family and then think that I was okay with, like, this is just my, like, opinion, but I don't know if hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt over and over and over again are enough to lead a man to, like, want to take somebody out. I take a step back and it's just like, I didn't know! I didn't know! And I would never justify what he did. I think it's fucking disgusting. It's...
Yeah, there it is. There it is. That's the end of this video. Oh my goodness. We learned a lot. I will say this was a good video in that it was, yeah, it was very informative, and we were able to go through our calendar as well and just verify a few dates. So yeah, thank you. Thank you, Crime Catalyst, for this video. Yeah, very informative. Thank you. Yeah, so if you guys haven't done so, please go ahead and check out the channel. Lots of good videos on there. And of course, if you want to get some good laughs, there's also the funny AI videos as well. So yeah, what do we think? Oh my God. We'll hang out here for just a few more minutes before we end the live stream. But I just wanted to go through and see your guys' thoughts about this. I think that this is also very accurate. Nichol gave him mind-blowing backdoor access and he lost it. Yeah. Oh my God, yes. I mean, that's why she's doing all the research, right? How do I prepare? Yeah, she's preparing for it on the day that she needs it, right? She was okay with not offering the backside into, very much into the relationship, but she really wanted to on this day. She's Googling Twister. Yeah, why? Why is that? Why is she so desperate? She wasn't okay before. She's like, hold on. You want to go where? I don't know. Let me think about that. And then on Saturday, she's like, no. I need to make sure that he actually stays with me. So I'm going to give him access to the back door. How do I prepare for it, Google? Am I going to need a lot of Vaseline? Yeah. That's what she was doing. She was actually Googling these things for hours. Okay, hours. Not just like, she didn't just Google it really quickly and was like, I'm just curious. What does this look like? No. She was actually watching videos. Okay, corn, right? A lot of corn. She was watching it. She's like, okay, I just need to make sure. Okay, I need to put my leg up like that. And, I got to do what now? But she was all for it. She was definitely all for it because she needed to make sure that she had Chris and that she was that he was all in for it. Oh my goodness. She Googled about the backdoor entrance. Yes. Upside down twister circles. KTD. The circles are brown. Oh my God. Hold up. Yeah, it's a different board, right? It's a different board altogether. Hold on. This one has all the colorful colors. No, not that one, Chris. We need to play this one. Yeah. It's got brown, dark brown, a little bit of green, but it's also like a little greenish brown. There is a little bit of red because you never know. But all of it is mostly just different shades of brown. Wow. Imagine a movie called Shades of Brown. No, please. She's nasty. Yes. Corn and potatoes. Oh, God. Trail of Deception. Welcome. Welcome to members. Welcome to Silver. Everybody, let's celebrate. Let's celebrate Trail of Deception in our members. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah. You guys are funny. A literal shit-eating grin. Yeah. Chris is smiling like he got backdoor VIP access.
Mm, really? Okay. Are you sure? Are you sure we can play the one with the brown circles? Oh, wait, there's another person involved. Oh, okay. That's fine with me. Nasty. Exactly. The carrot sticks. Oh, please. The chicken and the carrot sticks. Yes, yeah, exactly. Her log. Yeah, she searched a lot of things. Yeah, she Googled a lot of inappropriate things right before she was supposed to convince him of leaving his family. So again, right? She wasn't Googling this before. She was not interested in giving him access to the backside in the entire month of July. She found that no, I need to give him access on Saturday after their little lazy dog dinner. He's like, "Oh, okay, hold on, Chris. How do I need to convince you? So you want to play Twister with the brown circles? Okay, fine. Let me just Google it first. I need to prepare." So she needed to prepare first, of course. Trent, yeah. The wife was probably thinking, "Why do you smell like shit?" Oh my god. Oh man, you guys are so funny. Oh god. Yeah, I think she pressured him to finally make a decision when Shan'ann was home. Yeah, she was afraid things like Twister wouldn't go the same when the family were together after Monday. Exactly, Julie. 100%. I agree. 50 Shades of Brown. Oh man. So disgusting. IBS Twister. Oh no. Not the IBS Twister. Oh god. Oh, so gross. Oh man. Yeah. Where are we at with the poll? All right, 72% say that they were planning it hour by hour. Yeah, I'm still in the same boat. I'm definitely leaning towards the hour by hour planning, with some blackmail sprinkled in there, of course, right? You can't plan something without, at least having some blackmail in there. Yeah, corn with Vaseline, the Anadarko type too. Yeah, she didn't want him having. Yeah, exactly. No intimacy at all with Shanann. Yeah, yeah. She wanted to make sure that Chris was 100% sure that he was going to leave his family to be with her. What better way to basically guarantee that than by giving him access to something he has never had access to? I've really always just really wanted to play this game, Nikki. Please, please. I'll do anything. Anything. And Nikki's like, anything? All right. Okay. All right, I'll give you that. Let me just do some research first. What do I need to do? Yeah. That's what you call a cornhole. Oh man, such a weird name for a game, isn't it? Every time I'm like, "Oh, you want to play cornhole?" People turn their heads like, "Mm, get a room." No, it's literally just a game. Oh man. Yes. The plan and bet others were there too at the Lazy Dog. Why didn't anyone from the Lazy Dog come forward? Exactly. Yeah, do you remember the female postal worker that shot her ex on his postal route? No. Female postal worker shot her ex on his postal route? No, I don't. No, I'm not aware of that one. Yeah, blackmails too. Yeah, because there was no reason when Twat said, "I wish I would have gone to the Broncos game." Exactly. Exactly. So that is where we hear that Chris Watts says, "I should have just gone to the Broncos game." And yeah, before we leave, before we end this live stream, I did say that I wanted to bring this up because I'm just gonna just bring up my own video. Yeah, we did the video of titled Chris Watts's dad knows the truth, and this is because listening to everything, I believe that Chris told his dad the truth about Nichol Kessinger, and so this is what Ronnie says that Chris told him when he picked him up from the airport. Let's go ahead and listen.
From the airport, what'd you guys talk about? And did he say anything particular that stood out to you? Not just one thing that really I didn't catch what he was saying. I mean, the police department, Frederick Police Department kept calling. One of the detectives there kept calling them and kept dropping the call. And every time we start talking, he'd call back again. And then Chris would talk to him a few minutes. He'd drop the call on bad reception or whatever. And he just said one thing, which it didn't make any sense to me at the time. He said, "So I wish I should have just went to the Rockies game that night," which it didn't click at the time. But
Right.
Yep. Yeah. So he remembers that Chris told him that the calls were getting dropped earlier that day and that he kept saying, I should have just gone to the Rockies game. I should have just gone to the Rockies game. Why is it that Chris keeps telling himself, I should have just gone to the Rockies game? What happened? What happened at the Lazy Dog that decided, that this was basically it? This is what made Chris annihilate his family. It is that he went to the Lazy Dog with Nichol Kessinger instead of going to the Rockies game with his friends. This is the one thing that he is just repeating over and over and over to himself and to his dad. And Ronnie didn't understand it at the time. That's what he says. I just didn't understand it at the time. Of course, now I know. Now I know. Yeah, it's because I think he knows that Chris was referring to Nichol Kessinger. The dropped calls, it wasn't that the the calls were being dropped. It's that he was trying to get Nichol Kessinger on the other line. And so he was telling his dad about it so that his dad can think that this is what was happening. But in reality, he was telling his dad that he was trying to get Nichol Kessinger on the other line. And that is why he couldn't get in touch with the police. Again, what do we think? Yeah, she's protected. She's protected. Yeah, I'll look it up. Lehigh. Yeah, I haven't heard about that one yet. The dude was seeing the female shooter, knew about what she was gonna do, and she's in prison for life. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'll look it up. Yeah, I'll look it up. Yeah, he wasn't in the basement bed because the TV was on. Yeah, right. She's bringing up the TV as well. Oh, thank you so much, Eric Issa. I appreciate you. Aw, thank you guys. Eric Issa says, everyone, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe for rocks. Thank you guys so much. Yes, please, please, please. Yeah, if you're watching and you haven't hit the like button yet, please go ahead and do so. It really does help the stream. It helps, it helps the stream while it is live, and it also helps it get pushed when it is no longer live. So yeah, thank you so much. You guys are so amazing. Thank you so much to my moderators and my subscribers, everyone watching. Thank you. Thank you for the support. But yeah, right? This is so crazy. Anyway, I just wanted to bring this up. We're going to be going down the Nichol Kessinger rabbit hole. Oh my gosh, Shelly. Shelly. Thank you so much, Shelly. Shelly with the 50 pounds. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Shelly. All right, let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Thank you so, so much. Shelly says, thank you for all your hard work, Rox. You're a genius towards any expenses. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Shelly, oh my God. Just seeing all the super chats, I'm like, oh my God, all the colors of the rainbow on here, because I'm just seeing all the different colors that the super chats have. There's like blue, there's green, there's yellow. And then it's the first time that I'm seeing red, right? I'm like, oh my God. So thank you so much, Shelly. Thank you for the hot pink. You see a hot pink just pop up on the screen. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Is my stream going down again, right? Sometimes I just get so scared if I see something, a different color pop up on my screen. I'm like, oh my God, is this Dr. Phil telling me to get off now again? Thank you. Thank you. I love you guys so much. Yeah. Yeah, love the community. Thank you all so much for spending the afternoon with me here on a Wednesday. Thank you all so much. And yes, we were supposed to have a video today, but like I said, there's a lot going on, especially this weekend. It's going to be very, very busy for me. So you will see 2 videos instead. So you're going to see a video on Sunday, no live stream, and no live stream on Monday. We will resume our live streams on Tuesday. But yeah, I'm going to be out this weekend. I'll be scouting, and we're going to move into our first phase of production, which is shooting on location. And so, yeah, So be on the lookout for that. And like I said, again, if you want to be part of it, if you do want to be part of the investigation, we're moving into production. Go ahead and check out Patreon. You're going to see a lot of posts. And so for all of my patrons listening, right, everybody watching, I see, see a few of you right now. If you don't want constant notifications on your Patreon, make sure that turn off the notifications because it's going to start to get pretty hectic here. We're going to be moving into like I said, production phase. So the filming and the script writing and the storytelling. So you're going to see a lot from me. So if you don't want to be all that involved, turn off your notifications. But if you do, go ahead and leave them on because again, lots of craziness, lots of stuff. We're going to get into all the investigations and all of the videos and all of the photos. So yeah. Oh, KTD. Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I want to join Patreon. Can't afford the membership. Aw. You know, so yeah, thank you for bringing this up. I do hope that, once we're moving into production, I do hope to be able to open new tiers for you all. I do want to be able to get to the point we have where we have enough funds to be able to produce the documentary that I want to produce. And so if we get to that point, then I am thinking about opening more tiers because, like I said, I would love for all of you to be part of it. However, we definitely need the funds to be able to produce the type of documentary that I want to produce. And, like my patrons already know, right? You see all the work that I'm putting into this documentary, all of the shooting, all of the B-roll that I'm getting, and a lot of the investigative work that goes into it as well. And so, yeah, because it's such a big project, we're definitely, I want to move into the phase where there is enough funding secured to be able to make the entire process, including getting our guests. I want to be able to interview some people. I want to be able to get all the footage that we need. And so if we get to that point, which I'm hopeful, and I do think that we are because we're getting a lot of support. Thank you all. If we do get to that point, I want to open tiers so that other people can definitely join. Of course, of course. And yes, and of course, I do think about making, future projects and, depending on how that looks, yeah, things can change. I can open more tiers. I can, make it more diverse. So where we have a different tiers of different, prices or, different costs and stuff like that to be able to, have more people join in. So yeah. But thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much, KTD. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, and like I said, you guys can still join for free. I'm not going to be posting as much on the free side because, like I said, it is an ongoing production, and I do want to protect my work and the footage that I get. I don't want any of this, leaked right before my documentary, and so there's a method to the madness, right? There's a method to all of this. I want to protect it. And of course, it is also, intellectual property that I want to make sure to protect. But thank you. Oh, thank you, Sunlime. I love to support you because you're a veteran. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. Will you take chicken and carrots? Hey, I will. Why not? Hey, I still need to eat. So I still need to eat on the road. So yeah, please ship me some chicken and carrots for the road. Why not? At least I'll keep my macros dialed in, right? I got to keep my macros dialed in, especially if I want to be, out scouting in the hot summer in Colorado. So yeah. Yeah, a little helps. Yeah, it really does. So thank you so much. And yeah, if you can't support with Patreon, like I said, there's also Venmo. Yeah, thank you all so much for all the support for Venmo. It is Rabbit Hole at Rabbit Hole Rocks Productions that goes directly to the production, and then there is at Rabbit Hole Rocks, which goes to the channel, right, to keep supporting the content that I make for the channel. So yeah. Yeah, any last questions? Yeah, the full twats experience. Yes. Yeah, you're getting the full twats experience behind the scenes. Thank you so much, Julie. Aw, I love you. Love you all. Love you guys too. Yeah, do we have any last questions before we end the live stream? It is 3 p.m. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, if not, then yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just end it here. Thank you all so, so much for joining. Thank you for spending the Wednesday afternoon with me. We will have another one tomorrow. I'm like just wondering, when are you guys gonna get tired of me? Although I will say, like I said, right, like when I don't have live streams, I miss you guys. I'm like, "Ugh, why am I doing this by myself? Making videos and stuff. And that is also part of the Patreon experience, right? I'm gonna be making this documentary mostly by myself. And so, hey, if you guys want to hang out with me in the live stream, right, as I'm editing, giving me ideas or, just chit chatting, please go ahead. Yeah, join me in the production room as I edit these things because, yeah, I'll be doing this by myself and I want to talk to someone and I want to talk to you guys. So yeah, thank you all so much. Yeah. My son is an Air Force veteran. Oh, yeah. Thank him for his service. Air Force. Yes. I've talked about the Air Force in the past. Oh, V-Bug, never get tired of these streams. Aw. Well, thank you guys so much. I don't. I definitely don't. I love talking to all of you. You guys are funny. You guys are hilarious. Love all your opinions, your theories, your thoughts, your comments, all of it. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining our live stream. I will see you guys tomorrow. Please take care. A very special thanks to my moderators. Thank you for all the work that you do. Thank you to my members and to my new members. Thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Lucky. Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, send me the chicken. I'll eat it. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. And I was about to say, let's see you next time, but hold on. I'm like, hold on. Did I forget something? I always forget something. Fan funding. Do I make sure? Okay, I just want to make sure I got everybody. I always want to make sure to give everybody the credit. Again, you guys are just so amazing. So I want to make sure. All right. Yeah, asking for the merch. We'll have it very, very soon. Very, very soon. It is my hope. Hurt Locker, thank you so much. Thank you for all of the support. Tiger, thank you for the support. Eric Isa, I appreciate you so, so much. Thank you for the support. Julia, thank you. Thank you. Trail of Deception, welcome. Eric Isa, thank you again so much. Shelly, thank you so, so much. And then Adam, thank you for the sparkles and the jewels. All right. Okay, I think we're done now. I'm starting to sound like my parents where they're like, okay, bye. Bye, daughter. Actually, hold on. I want to tell you, you don't love us anymore, do you? All right, guilt tripping me. But anyway, let's not get into trauma dumping here right before I end the live stream. So thank you all so much. I love you all. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.